4th of July weekend.
Oh, yeah.
On a Thursday, 2 more days till we're getting there. Over halfway done with the year.
Basically the weekend already.
Oh, yeah. Check it up, folks. People are working a half day tomorrow.
Fake week. It's a fake week.
It is a fake week, and it's going to be a fun week. So we got that going for us. How was your Tuesday, sir?
It was good. It was good. Monday was nice. Went to the zoo yesterday, which was pretty solid. I like going, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Bob. Like everybody's leaving.
Yeah.
Been out there for all day.
You guys can just go for a couple hours. You
just go for an hour, just go for 90 minutes, kind of whatever. So that was pretty solid. I'm just so happy I don't have to pack for like the entire day to be out there.
Yeah.
I don't have to get sunburned walking out there. Just do 1 or 2 of the exhibits. William was watching the manatees yesterday.
Yeah, you went inside too.
Yeah, we went inside, did the manatees, and then we did walk through. He saw the kangaroos, so that was neat.
Oh, so you guys are back in Australia.
Yeah, we went to that back kind of
back
corridor.
left corner.
Yeah, that's where we went
under the bridge.
We did go under the bridge.
Played Red Hot Chili Peppers.
We should have under the bridge. So we did that yesterday. That was cool. William was pointing at the kangaroos. He's like, "Dog." I'm like, "Well, it's close."
It's basically an Australian dog.
Yeah, I mean they're on 4 legs. They're kind of hopping around.
Dog.
He's got like the hook'em horns point too. He's got the pinky
Throw the
out,
shocker at him.
pointing finger. He's dog. And we're like, not quite, but it's close. It's got 4 legs. They move a little funny. And then we went back to the Congo too. Saw the gorillas and
love some good gorillas in the Congo.
They're scary.
Of course, they rip your arms off.
Yeah,
your body.
they're terrifying. And
you stare at them being pounded back at the glass.
Yeah. So we're like in that first window, and we tend to stay away from like the large groups of people because I'm like, oh, the animals, they're going to saunter over here, and everybody's going to come over here, and that'll be fine. I want to make sure William's got a good spot at the window. And we were like on the far right side of a window, couldn't see, I don't know, like a quarter of the exhibit, so didn't really know where the gorillas were at. And Bob, the biggest gorilla there, the big silverback, the silverback, literally popped out of nowhere and like banged on the glass. I'm like, whoa! It was a big jump scare for me and Mare, and William's just sitting there. He does this like evil little laugh, like He does that. He did that. I'm like, the fact that you weren't scared of that is pretty remarkable.
Oh, you know what? Fear comes from knowledge, Bean.
That's right.
He just knows gorillas are friendly on TV.
That's true. And at the zoo. I never heard anybody.
Never watched a gorilla disembowel a human being.
So that was pretty cool, man. That's what we did yesterday. How about you? How's your Monday?
Oh, goodness. I go cruise around, did some meetings and stuff, got a little workout in, did a little run, drive up to Northeast Ohio, on the way back, got a swim meet at the lakes. I was like, you know what, Court? She's like, you don't have to come. Like, well, I'm literally driving by.
You were all over the place yesterday.
Yeah, it starts in about 10 minutes. I was driving down 71. So like, all right, let's just cruise on over there. Hung out there for a little bit. Came back, talked to you and Schlegel.
Yep.
Had some dinner, read some emails, wrote some emails, got some work done. Next thing you know, read with Caleb. It was like 8:30. Went upstairs. Wanted to do some laundry. Everything was being used, so my clothes will have to wait till today. Read a little bit, went to sleep.
Nice.
Yep.
It was a full day.
It was. Full day, busy day. But a good time. It's weird because like Ohio State, they're open, but there's nobody there. There's only a handful of players. The freshmen are in, and then some of the guys who are still in town are coming through. But yeah, it's a lighter, more relaxed environment. So it's good. Excited for that again today, and got a little lunch with Court and have a good time.
Perfect. Glad you guys are doing that. Sharky, what happened with the update there at the top of the show?
I lost my copy.
So you record your updates, you put it into the DAD, which is like our sound system in here. I've done that before too. And the panicked update, I'm glad that you just hit the button. You're like, you know what? We're going to concede. We're going to concede the Sports Center update.
I'm glad it happened at 6 o'clock and not 8 o'clock.
So did you forget your balance test this morning?
I did. I remembered everything today, Bob. I was really good this morning. And then, I loaded everything up that I needed to load up, all your this date and history stuff, but I forgot my own stuff. I was being selfless. And it caught up with me.
Hey, that's all right. You did a good job. U.S. men's national team lost last night. That's all you really need to know. from the update. We'll get into that a little bit later on in the program. We got an awesome show lined up for you here. Texas's ego after joining the SEC is only going to grow. What they're doing down there is crazy. So we'll get into that coming up here in our next segment. Like you just mentioned, Schlegel, we talked to him last night. He's going to pop on the program coming up here at 7:35. Jackets with a free agency signing yesterday. Get into that at 7 o'clock as well. The Hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, he's going to join the program at 7:35. We'll replay Schleg's 2 hours from now around 8:05. And then Uncle Beau, he's going to round out the program with us as he does every single Tuesday coming up here at 8:35. Before we get into anything else today, it is Tuesday, the 2nd day of July, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Bobby, what do you got lined up for us this morning, buddy?
Well, it is Tuesday, July 2nd, 184th day of the year, 182 remaining beam. So teeter-totter starts to tip.
Yep.
This date, 1890, U.S. Congress passes the Sherman Antitrust Act, preventing monopolies in the United States. This date, 1937, Amelia Earhart and navigator Fred Noon are last heard from over the Pacific Ocean. They're attempting beam to circumnavigate the world along the equatorial latitude, I believe.
Yeah.
And lost them somewhere over the Pacific, never to be heard from again. This date, 1941. Little sports news. Joe DiMaggio hits a 3-run walk-off and passes Willie Keeler's MLB record 44-game hit streak. Ooh. Yes. Right there. This date, 1962. The first Walmart, it used to be Wal-Mart, by the way, beam opens in Rogers, Arkansas. 1976, Chrissy Everett wins her second of 3 Wimbledon singles women's titles. And in 1986, Under the Cherry Moon, the second movie directed by Prince, is released in theaters. Shark, did you see that?
No, I never did.
What was the first?
I saw Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've seen Purple Rain. I've never seen Under the Cherry Moon. Curious if that's any good.
Never seen any of them.
Oh, you'd like Purple Rain. It's good. I love Dove's Cry. Hops on that motorcycle, Shark starts riding around. It's absolutely terrific. That's back in the 80s when they throw that nice song on and the guys would go for like a long drive.
You said music video.
No, this is movies.
Like full-length feature films?
Feature films, man.
I'm having a hard time.
Silver screen, if you will. Yeah, you didn't. I can't believe you know this, Prince.
No, I didn't know that was a film.
Yeah.
111-minute runtime.
Yeah.
$7 million budget, $70.3 million in the box office.
That's what they call a nice little profit.
It really is.
So you do some more research on this.
I'm going to. My entire day has been derailed by this.
I like to make sure that people around me learn something new every day.
That's one of my goals every day.
Some of the things we've learned in here. Purple Rain for Beam, movie and song by Prince.
Yeah, news to me.
Mind blown.
FDR, 4-term president.
News to me.
608.
It's perfect.
Which one was more shocking news? Probably this.
Yep. Some birthdays. Born in this date, 1908, Thurgood Marshall, Supreme Court Justice of the United States. Born on this date, 1932. Unfortunately, lost him back in 2002. Columbus native, founder of Wendy's, Mr. Dave Thomas.
I'm Wendy's founder, Dave Thomas. From the day I opened the first Wendy's, my goal has been to serve the best hamburger in the business, a Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger. So I started with the freshest beef I could find, 100% pure beef, never frozen. I believe the only way to make a Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger is to press the meat patty. The patty tastes better because the salt is pressed into the meat and makes the meat more tender. It also makes the patty larger, so they'll hang over the edge of the bun, and people will like that.
Can you replay the first 6 seconds?
He sounds like my grandma.
The business. Let's
I'm
hear
Wendy's
this.
founder, Dave Thomas. From the day I opened the first Wendy's, my goal has been to serve the best hamburger in the business.
that is so amazing.
Yeah, Dave, what a guy.
I feel like you need to send that to Rothman to have him play it. He will love that.
The freshest.
The freshest.
God, he's like a warm security blanket.
He really was. He sounded like my grandma. I heard him like, gosh, I haven't heard him in so long, Shark. You remember when you were younger, when I was growing up, I mean, he was all over the place all the time. Yeah. And probably maybe a little bit for your lifetime, Bean. But yeah, one of the best.
OG, man.
Richard Petty turning 87, the first to win the Winston Cup Series 7 times. Larry David, 77 years young today.
Sir, I'm sorry, this is for first-class passengers.
I know, but
Your ticket's for 11C, sir.
I know, but nobody's sitting there. You give me like a personal upgrade, and I can upgrade you, and...
Sir.
No, okay.
Sir, can I ask you a really big favor? I have a medical condition. Is there any way I could sit in the aisle and you would want to switch to the middle?
Oh, I can't switch seats with you. I mean, I can't sit in the middle of...
Really? You were such a gentleman. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Oh, you got up. By the way, that's the first time that you got up the entire trip. That was a total story about the
A medical condition.
You got a medical condition. One day you're going to really have to go to the bathroom and nobody's going to let you. I had to sit in the middle of the entire trip because of you.
Gosh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Larry David,
He's on a flight from like L.A. to London or something like that. Lady comes in.
London.
They're like getting ready to close the doors. He thinks he's in the clear. Last person on the plane asks him to sit in the middle because she's got a medical condition that she's got to go to the bathroom every 15 minutes. Doesn't get up the entire trip.
I would have told her no.
Well, so is Larry. But he had his friend like sitting next to him, somebody that he knew, and he wanted to be like a knight in shining armor.
Yeah.
Then it goes poorly, as does every Curb episode.
Of course, for Larry, that's his it's his cross to bear, Beam.
And the friend was a doctor, and somebody suffers some condition on the flight.
Yeah,
and they page for doctor.
Is anyone in here a doctor? And then the guy's just sitting there
Larry,
minding his own business.
Says to the guy, "Are you going to go?" And he said, "No, I don't want to land here."
That's tremendous.
And then the person with the assumed medical condition and the doctor end up hooking up, and then throughout the rest of time, they just make Larry's life a living hell.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Tremendous. Buckeye Clark Kellogg, CBS on the CBS desk, turning 63 years young today.
I think about when I came here in 1979 as a scholarship basketball player. Knew I didn't want to go too far away from my home in Cleveland. Was excited about the opportunity for a college education. Didn't really know what that meant, but felt good about having the chance to get it. And now that I've been graduated for a number of years and have stayed connected to the university and the community, I mean, the opportunities that I've gotten and have enjoyed throughout my life are in large measure due to the fact that I graduated from Ohio State University, and that's something that I'm forever grateful for.
One of the best. One of the great guys you will find, Clark Kellogg. Absolutely love that dude. Jose Canseco, 6-time All-Star, Rookie of the Year MVP, 2-time World Series winner, turning 60. Troy Brown of the Pats, 3-time Super Bowl winner, turning 53. Sean Casey, Reds first baseman, turning 50.
The mayor.
Absolutely. Lindsay Lohan, one of Sharks' favorites, turning 38 today. I feel like she's older than that.
I do too, for some reason.
She's packed a lot in the 38 years.
Yeah.
Including driving her car into the hotel lobby of the Montage out in Laguna. Tremendous. Alex Morgan, happy birthday. You get the Olympics off.
Yep, there you go. Get some PTO.
Turning 35 years young today. And Ryan Murphy, 4-time Olympic gold medalist, former 100-meter backstroke world record holder, turning 29 today. Some passings today. Nostradamus passed away in 1566. Ernest Hemingway, one of my favorites, passing away in 61. Jimmy Stewart. I was hoping we were going to get some A Wonderful Life today, Shark. Passing away in 1997. And Charlie Saunders of the Lions, NFL Hall of Famer, passing away in 2015. Some holidays and observances for you. It's Freedom from Fear of Speaking Day, I Forgot Day, Made in the USA Day. How about that? Second half of the year in non-leap years, Special Recreation for the Disabled Day, World Sports Journalist Day, and World UFO Day. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, July 2nd, the 184th day of the year, and a mere 182 days remaining in this 2024.
Good job on that, Bob. As always, Texas's alter ego after joining the SEC is only going to grow. We'll get into that coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Happy Tuesday. Right now, crews working to clear out a crash at the 104-33 split. Not causing too many issues, but watch for them over there. The rest of your Central Ohio roadways moving along with no issues. Seeing things pick up on 161 out in New Albany. Also on 33 on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Driving plays a big part in driving the local economy. It helps us all get where we're going and creates good jobs close to home. At Synovus Energy, our refineries in Toledo and Lima are a reliable domestic source of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Plus, more than 2,300 employees and contractors work for us here in Ohio. See how we're helping local communities move forward at Synovus.com.
It's a summer savings extravaganza at Kemba Financial Credit Union. You pick how you want your money to grow. Choose a limited time 13-month certificate at up to 5.25% annual percentage yield to lock in your savings with a $500 minimum deposit, or enjoy access to your funds anytime with a money market at 4.75% APY intro rate until October 31st with a $5,000 minimum balance and a $1 million maximum. Visit Kemba.org for details. Restrictions apply. Advantage status required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Anthony for the Good Feet store. 3 words for me: pain-free summer. Spent probably 30 hours walking around the Memorial Tournament and felt awesome with my personal arch supports from the Good Feet store in my everyday kicks. Sure, every now and then we all get random foot pain from pickleball or golf or just being a human being. Having my personally fit arch supports in my shoes has made a massive difference. And even right after I put them in, didn't take long to feel much more supported and aligned, and it's so easy to just move them into any pair. Before I had them, I dreaded being on my feet for any length of time. Well, you have nothing to lose but the pain, as they say. It's a free fitting and test walk. Try them for yourself. See the difference it can make. It did for me. And best of all, you can wear them home. 2 locations on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road, or schedule an appointment at goodfeet.com. The Good Feet store, America's arch supports experts.
Summer is full of family fun, strawberry picking, little Johnny's baseball games, warding off shark attacks on the beach.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
When you get sick of all that crap, turn to us. Download the Fan app and take us with you. The Fan.
Ready for an amazing deal? BreezeLine's fiber-powered internet, starting at $19.99 per month, offers the reliability you deserve and security you can trust. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, we've got all your needs covered with speeds up to 1 gig and our 2-year price lock guarantee. This deal gets even better with 2 free months of internet, free equipment, and free Wi-Fi your way to protect against cyber threats. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Offer expires July 8th, 2024. Learn more at breezeline.com.
It's the symphonic rock experience everyone's talking about. The Columbus Symphony Orchestra performs Windborne's The Music of Led Zeppelin, featuring conductor Brent Havens, a full rock band, and vocalist Randy Jackson. The hits of Led Zeppelin performed as you've never heard them before. Saturday, July 6th, the Columbus Commons. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com. Full details at windbornemusic.com. Presented by Nationwide Picnic with the Pops.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. Strike. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
The outdoor drama Tecumseh is back this summer. The drama, the history, and the spectacle make Tecumseh one of Ohio's most beloved traditions. Tecumseh has provided thrilling live entertainment for 50 years, and the outdoor theater at Sugarloaf Mountain will provide a safe and memorable experience for your entire family. Get tickets now at tecumsehdrama.com. This message is made possible in part by the Ohio Arts Council. Tecumseh, experience the drama.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Lots of sunshine out there today. Partly cloudy, high 88. The heat and humidity will be in full swing tonight and tomorrow. Tonight we get down to 70. Wednesday looking at a high of 93 with afternoon showers and storms. A couple storms could be strong to severe. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Well, the Schmitnick-Cardell Jones celebrity softball game, it's coming. It's almost here. Why not picnic when you can Schmitnick? And it's presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. When? Saturday, July 20th, 6:30, Huntington King Park. Who's going to be in it? Well, current Ohio State football players versus some former Ohio State football players. The current players will be captained by Emeka Ibuka. The former players captained by Cardelio Jones. Tickets, they're only $10. It's a family-friendly event. Get on out there to Huntington Park and enjoy it. You can find them at BuckeyeCruise.com. You guys were talking about Tecumseh.
Well, we just heard the commercial for it.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's an outdoor drama beam.
It is at Sugarloaf Mountain. Get your tickets at tecumsehdrama.com.
Yeah, it's like right outside of Chillicothe. I drive by it all the time. I've always thought about taking my kids, and I talked to Courtney, my wife. She had gone to it growing up. I had gone to it growing up. I remember when I grew up, it seemed like it was so far away, and I was like, "Oh, it's just in Chillicothe. Okay, it's not bad." And it's kind of expensive. More expensive than I thought it should have been for what you're getting, which is basically a reenactment of, I feel like I'm watching a Civil War reenactment, basically.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, and I was like, I'm not paying to take my kids to see that. My parents took me, and I remember I threw up all over the place. I was about 7 or 8 years old. Yeah, it was a bad situation.
$55 if you want to get premium seating, $25 regular.
Yeah. But I was like 55 for pre. I wonder what the regular. I wonder the difference. I couldn't tell you. I haven't been there in so long, but there's 6 of us. I'm like $150 to go to Tecumseh. I'm like, I could just not take my kids and go to dinner, and go do something better. We could watch it. Here's the good news with my kids. They watch plenty of Westerns with my dad. So I feel like they've got a pretty firm handle on the American West and the frontier.
This is since the premiere performance of Tecumseh in 1973. So, I mean, we're going on 51 years.
Yeah.
It's pretty outstanding. Over 2.5 million visitors have witnessed this great outdoor play, making it the most popular of its kind in the state of Ohio and entire Midwestern United States. 2.5 million people have gone and seen that.
It's been on for 50 years, B.
That's awesome. That is great.
I mean,
Sugarloaf Mountain is down by Chillicothe, you said?
Yeah, it's right outside of Chillicothe. You drive down 23 from here, boom. From Lancaster, we go 159, get on over. Yeah. I mean, it's nice. I
think that I know that I went to one as a kid. I thought we had one maybe in Dayton.
I'm sure you did.
But it may have just been that. It may have just been down there. I don't really remember. I had to be 6 or 7 years old at the time. Unless there's another one out there, I don't know.
You probably didn't throw up on yourself, though.
No, but I did do that on a New Year's Eve when I was a child going to see the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Don't know what was going on there.
Did you make it in to see the Globetrotters?
I did make it in to see the Globetrotters, and then I just remember sometime in the second act of the play.
Too much cotton candy?
I think it was cotton candy, pretzels. It was New Year's Eve. Everybody was all hyped up. My parents were getting ready to watch the ball drop, and literally at 12:01, it just threw up all over myself.
Oh, but you had gone and you didn't throw up till after.
Yeah, but I was not feeling great. I was not feeling great the entire time there.
Were you just crushing food?
I think it was just a total sugar rush. Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I don't know. I was pretty young, Bob. I was probably like 8 or 9 years old.
See, I don't throw up much. I never have. And especially non-alcohol induced at this point in my life. Probably since 20. I mean,
your stomach is fine. It's ironclad.
I tell people I eat a lot of questionable things.
Mm-hmm. On purpose.
Yes. That's the only way. I mean, God puts your nose above your mouth. I mean, if it smells that bad, then you won't eat it. But, I mean, I've always kind of pushed the boundaries with it. I think the last time, actually, check that. I got a great story for you on that. I threw up like the last 2 times since I've been an adult.
Well, you had food poisoning not too long ago, didn't you?
No, it was 2011.
I thought you were sick one day when you couldn't make it in. Like you were like, I can't.
Well, no, I'd already taken the day off.
You had already taken the day off, but then you were going to call in at like 7 o'clock or 7:30 or something like that.
Yeah, that was like 4 years ago. I slept till I was a mess. Yeah, I had eaten some salad that I think was on the fringe of being bad, and I think it was over the fringe. It was more in the rough.
Lunatic fringe.
It was, and so yeah, that didn't sit right by me, and that was a time where it got me. I mean, I may have had Listeria or
maybe
Listeria,
a little E. coli.
E. coli, whatever, one of them. All of that. That was probably 4 years ago. Prior to that was 2011 in Detroit when I had not prior to that. There was one in between. It was 2011. I had that sushi at it was a restaurant that was in a parking lot at a mall in Detroit. When I came, I knew I shouldn't have eaten it. I felt like Michael Jordan eating that pizza.
Did you you knew immediately this is not going to end well for me?
Do you really want to eat that? I'm like, well, I ordered it. It was kind of expensive. It was some sort of tuna sashimi, I think, and I'm like, it just didn't.
I pulled it right out of the lake, right there.
Yeah, it just didn't taste as good as it should have been. And so I remember I got sick. I threw up all night. Go into practice the next day. I'm telling the coach, like, I'm good. And Jim Schwartz is like, you're not going to practice. I'm like, he goes, you're down like 6 pounds. I'm like, dude, I'm fine. I'll be all right. I've been fine this morning. I started drinking water. I'm okay. He's like, you're not going to come out here and pull your groin and pull your hamstring and get hurt. He's like, we need you. I'm like, I'm not going to let you cut me because I'm not practicing. It's like, no one's going to cut. In Dallas, like Parcells put the fear of God in you. If you didn't practice, like there's a good chance they're just going to give your job to someone else, especially if you had like food poisoning. Like, he would always think guys were like making it up.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, you left here like yesterday. You weighed 248. Now you weigh 242. He's like, you're spot on your weight every day when you come through here. I'm like, well, whatever. But he's like, you're fine. End up being all right. I thought like it was a joke. I'm like, you're not going to cut me at the end of this week when I come. Like, it's not how it's going to work. But everything was good with that. The other time, our guy Schlegel, who we're going to hear from next, was there. Remember the old Spagio?
Yeah. In Grandview?
I went there, I went there with Court and Steph and Anthony. And we were having dinner. And it was like, we'd sat down. I think there was like some bread on the table, maybe appetizers. And we're talking. And I don't know where, I think I'd maybe flown in from New York or something. I was traveling. I remember I was like a little dehydrated. So before we go out to dinner, like if I'm ever going to drink, I like to make sure I get plenty of hydration in.
Yeah.
So I was like smashing the water and I swallowed like 2 ice cubes whole. And I remember sitting there and I had been in Spagio a couple of times and they were good. Like I could feel the coldness going. It was like
through your. It's like the opposite of when you take a shot like a whiskey.
Yes,
warmness. You got the opposite.
I felt the coldness traveling all the way down my esophagus.
Probably hit your stomach like an atom bomb.
And it's in there, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, all of a sudden, I got to throw up.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around. I'm like, I can't remember where the bathroom is. That place was kind of big.
Yeah, it was all over the place.
And the bathroom, I think, was up in the front. And I'm like, oh. And I just get up, and I run to the front. It was in the summer, so it's still light out. It's like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I look around, and they have those big planters out there. And I just throw up in one of the
planter. That's fine.
It was just water, really. And then I came back in, and then where did you just go? I'm like, I just threw up. I'm like, no, you didn't. I'm like, if you ask the people sitting out there on the...
they saw it. They had a front.
They were right there. And then I was like, and I just like literally picked up my water, drank, and had some more bread. And you're just going to eat? I'm like, I'm telling you, I swallowed 2 ice cubes. I feel great. And... by the way, all of a glass of Pinot. Let's go. But it was the weirdest thing. And I had thrown up right there. I didn't want to throw up on the sidewalk because there were people sitting there. So that planter seemed like a very good place to go.
Well, self-contained.
Yeah, it was a bush and everything. Kind of covered it up. It was all good.
Schlegel joins us during his off week coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now, watch for crews clearing a crash at the 104-33 split. Not causing too many backups, but watch for crews over there. On the southeast side, things picking up on 33, also picking up on I-71 as you make your way into the metro. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan traffic.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward. Know what's tricky? producing a lot of compelling off-season football content. Know what's not tricky? Continuing to come up with reasons why you should do what I did and call Awaken 180. I dropped 45 pounds in just 10 weeks, and to this day, it's still gone, plus 10 more pounds. Calling it magic is an understatement. Awaken 180 isn't just about losing weight, it's about finding a new balance, especially with that GLP-1 hormone everyone's talking about. GLP-1 Balance by Awaken 180 is the quicker, safer way to adjust what your body needs without relying on daily meds or injections. My doctors are impressed, and honestly, so am I. Awaken 180 is a sustainable change that's backed by more than just my success story. Over 22,000 others share the same success. If your doctor's pushing for another prescription, ask them about GLP-1 Balance by Awaken 180. The support doesn't stop when you hit your goal either. Free support for life. Check it out, awaken180weightloss.com. Doctor approved, Austin Ward endorsed.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
Your roof took a beating from winter storms, spring rain, and sun damage. Call Legacy Roofing Services before that crack or seam becomes a major leak, costing thousands of dollars. Call Legacy today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
America's favorite car show returns to Columbus with a jam-packed weekend of cool cars, cool people, and good times. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing National, and it's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Cruise on out with your family and friends and check out over 6,000 of the country's coolest classics on display. And don't miss Good Guys CPP Autocross Racing action, Nitro Thunderfest, a huge swap meet and vendor midway, live music, family fun, and so much more. It's Ohio's biggest hot rod party of the summer, and it's all going down July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Get details at good-tires.com.
Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
Another day is here, and you're ready for it. What to wear? Check. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Check. Planning for what's next and how to save for it? That's where Bank of America can help. For your financial to-dos, Bank of America has experts ready to help get you closer to your goals. Get started at one of our Central Ohio financial centers or 24/7 in our mobile banking app. Find a location near you at bankofamerica.com/talktous. What would you like the power to do? Mobile banking requires downloading the app and is only available for select devices. Message and data rates may apply. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC.
Welcome to the plus side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party. Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further. Become a member today and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Are you ready to build your company's dream team? Just like in sports, finding skilled players is essential for success. With Robert Half's winning combination of specialized recruiting professionals and award-winning AI, we'll help you find the MVPs and key role players who will have you hanging banners in the rafters. Because in business, it's all about having the experienced team on your side. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark, and at this time every single Tuesday we get to check in this fine gentleman.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
Sponsored by Sugar Shannara Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
And now's the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our best friend of all time,
Anthony Schlegel. Schlegs, happy Tuesday, buddy. What's happening?
Man, that is so sweet. You're my BFF. You know that, Beam? You know what? Columbus, Ohio, good morning. I'm doing great. Attacking and dominating as always. Great weekend. Starting off the week, I'm ready to go. How about you guys?
Doing well, man. Can't complain. Guys have the week off this week, so you're back in Jacksonville chilling out. I'm glad to see you're getting bumpy and tank top, ready to rock. I think that's key. How was last weekend getting to watch Hunter and his sweet flow play a little baseball?
It was great. It was great. It was, when you go to these tournaments, right, they're long. They end up getting rained out a game. They miss, there's a ton of teams. There's 70-something teams in this thing. So they end up missing the top 16 by a run. And you go back and you, look at the games and, one game that they should have won and the pitching just kind of collapsed in it. But, you don't get the reps that you want, right? And then they had their last game got rained out. So, you got 3 games in 4 days. It's man, this kind of stinks. But he did well. And I just told him, it was every rep matters. So when you that approach, you just can't have an off at bat. You got to make sure that you can seize every moment because you got to get to that final 16 to get the looks that you want, but also to get more games, more reps, because that's how I look at it. But still, it's a win because we're there as a family. We got to watch him play. He himself did very, very well. And, now we're back. Drove back yesterday to Jacksonville. Afterward, got bumpy upper bodies, just sweating in the garage. Felt fantastic. Going to have a Schleg day today in there. And then he's going to do some work on Wednesday. Again, getting the workout on Thursday, off Friday, play. They're going to play Saturday to Tuesday or something like that. I don't know. This is 130 teamer that's coming up. So it's going to be quite long, but boom, then we'll be back. So it's just, yep. So anyways, that's what we got going on. What's going on in the world?
Are we training him? I've been curious about this. Before we go on, he's got that long flow, but I feel with your mentality, you might be kind of training him to be like a John Rocker-esque pitcher. I mean, is that sprinting out of the bullpen, just crazy town?
No.
Loving New York City?
No, that is not Hunter's style at all for anybody that knows him. But I will say this, the things that you try to, in baseball, everybody's a little different. You have to be authentically you. He plays the outfield. He's been hitting very, very well. And he pitches, and it's hey, listen, here's the thing about the attitude and intensity of when you go into a rack and why you train. And that's the things that matter to me. There's
a back slap before he runs out.
No back slaps. Though, John Rocker, probably back slap would have been fantastic for him. But I'm going to give you an example. One, like a guy threw one high and inside. It was not intentional. But if I'm not charging him out, I'm going to send it right back to you. Right in your beak. That's the thing. Or if you're on first base, right, this guy kept trying to, throw it over and he's getting kind of annoyed a little bit. Oh, the mindset is this. Keep throwing it back. I'm going to keep working you. You're not going to pay attention to the batter because you're paying attention to me. Pay attention to me because I'm about ready to steal this bag on you, bro. That, again, how do you get that? How do you just flip it and turn it on? You just can't go out on the field and expect to do it during a game. Those are the things that you're trying to build in when you're in the weight room, right? And again, or even at practice. I don't care, but that's the mindset. When you're a pitcher, hey, you know what? This guy, in high school baseball, I swear to you, there are no lines whatsoever. If you're playing on a dirt field, they throw the lines out. The guy is all over, home plate. I'm you know what? You throw that pitch as hard as you possibly can. Yeah. And if it happens to hit him in the ribs, it hits him in the ribs. And if he wants to step back the next time, have enough moxie and confidence in yourself that you're just always going to give that guy a bag because I'm going to throw it. I'm going to break a rib next time.
Yes.
Again, is that wrong? No, that's just how the game should be played because if you're a pitcher, that's my plate. Right? If you're a hitter, that's my plate, right? That's the mind game that goes on. That's no different. Again, now I talked football back in the early and mid 2000s when they ran a fullback and they ran powers and they pulled guys old school style. And you're just I'm just going to come downhill and I'm going to dent your face mask in every swing and play. That's what we're going to do. And at the end of it, we'll see, who the dude is, right? Who won the game. But I'm going to make sure that every time I get that, I'm going to win that battle. And guess what? Sometimes you're not going to win them all. But the mindset never changes. And those are the things that I think that you can incorporate in lifting, and also the team setting, because you want the teammate to train the guy that way. It adds so much more validity when the teammate does it over the coach. I want to coach the teammate that coaches the guy lifting. When you have a culture like they do at Ohio State, and veteran guys that understand that mentality and that culture and what is required, right, to go win, that's where the magic happens. I mean, that's easy coaching, because the hard part was establishing the culture to do that. Because let's not kid ourselves, man. Like, this is all of college football now. I just broke it down to football. This is all of college football. And you can incorporate it into baseball, right? But
all sports, like dude-on-dude accountability. But
you're about ready to embark on 15 games. Like, the most important people in the building are the number 2 offensive defensive lineman, period. You know, if you want more reps, if you want to be fresher at the end of the year, make sure your backups are trustworthy. But that's on you. Like, their coach has to get them ready, yes, 100%. But when coaches aren't in the room, the veteran guys have to make sure that those guys are ready, because that's going to save you reps. If throughout 15 games you can save yourself 100 reps, 50 reps even, to be at max capacity in the playoffs, like, that's a win. But you got to make sure you're at max capacity. How you do that, you hold your teammates accountable. And also they're also going to be giving looks on scout team to 3 guys. Yeah. Like, you got to have them, man. As everybody gets better, the team gets better, man. That's that 10-8-10 rule, man. And I just remember in 2014, we won the national championship. We probably had 30 guys that were in the top 10. You're like, how can you do that? That'd be 30%. Yeah, that's the point. The point is to flip it on its head and be, 30, 30-70. There is no bottom 10. Everybody's somewhere else in the middle, whether it's the top middle or the medium middle, the middle, right? But that's what you want. That's how you have great teams. Anyways, super fun to watch. And here's the thing, man, and I told you guys this too about coaching. This is parenting. You got to know, you have to figure out your children and what trips them and what motivates them. And my youngest does not like to train. Okay. He does not. He does not know how to strain. Did it when I was 12? Did I? 100%. We've all talked about how my dad.
Roger taught you. Yeah, Roger, right? You had no other option. I was a different animal. That doesn't mean that it's not in them. It doesn't mean that it's in them. But it's us as parents to make sure that we can find the avenues that help bring it out. No, bring it out. Okay, Bob? Bring it out of them. You got to dig it out of there, Schlegel. Like Roger.
Man, he had a buddy that was over here. I was like, hey, man, we're training. You either got to go home or we got to train. And guess what? They trained, and it was fantastic. I had them encourage each other. It was great. I was like, then we started competing. We just did wrist rolls, man. We just started competing. Like, tomorrow we're going to get on the bike sprints. We're going to compete. Like, yes. That's how you get them, man. And again, that's what makes it fun. You have to make it enjoyable for them. And then once they got a little bit older, then you make it really hard and you explain. Here's what my dad did. This is all my dad. My dad and I used to fight so much. I thought my dad had some type of like neurological disease or something, because he would miscount all the time. All my dad
is that where you get it? That might be a hereditary.
No, I don't miscount, Bob. No, I do not miscount. I might forget where a guy is. I make everybody else count because I want dude-on-dude accountability. I make them count the reps. So you don't have to count. Because one,
he miscounts his own reps, is what it is.
But two, like in that setting for guys counting reps, I'm like, listen, right? If you permit it, you promote it. If you let that guy do bad reps and thinks he's better than he is, he's competing against you or somebody else. You're gonna let him get crappy reps that count? Hell no, man. Hold him accountable, right? So for these guys though, I had them do the same thing and compete, and it was beautiful. But that's what you want. They're all different, man. They're all different, and that's why parenting is fun. That's why coaching is fun. Coaching is about, you're a greatness extractor. Like, that's what you do. But they're all different how you extract that greatness. And to me, learning from Coach Mick, the number one way of doing that is competitive excellence. And number two is teammate accountability. That's what they do so well up there. But that's a great takeaway for us as parents to do with our own children.
Schlegel, you're the best. Enjoy your time off, buddy. I'll check in again soon, all right?
All right, well, fine. Hey, Columbus, I hope you have a great Tuesday. Attack and dominate. Go Bucks, beat cancer.
There he goes. Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
And pool season is here. It's time to go see my folks over at Affinity Health, the leader in the testosterone hormone replacement therapy game. They're not just here to optimize your testosterone levels. No, they're here for weight loss as well. That's right. Affinity, they can help you lose weight and alleviate the symptoms that come with low testosterone. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to testosterone treatments, so you can say goodbye to low energy and low libido and hello to weight loss and muscle gain. Run around shirtless like me and Schlegel, or wear a sweet tank. Whatever you want to do, you'll feel good, you'll feel confident, and be able to do all of that. So go down to feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
We're loving ourselves some Olympic trials. We'll do that in Quick Hitters coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are not tracking any major crashes across your central Ohio roadways. Watching things pick up on 33 out in Plain City. Also on I-71 near downtown. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors. Voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Ready for an amazing deal? BreezeLine's fiber-powered internet starting at $19.99 per month offers the reliability you deserve and security you can trust. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, we've got all your needs covered with speeds up to 1 gig and our 2-year price lock guarantee. This deal gets even better with 2 free months of internet, free equipment, and free Wi-Fi your way to protect against cyber threats. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Offer expires July 8th, 2024. Learn more at breezeline.com.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
We go to war for you.
This is attorney Robert Scherger. Have you been hurt in a truck accident? Don't settle without speaking to me. Call us at Scherger Schnara Trial Attorneys, where we go to war for you. Results matter, and we're here to help you fight for justice. Call 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com.
War for you, warforyou.com.
Driving plays a big part in driving the local economy. It helps us all get where we're going and creates good jobs close to home. At Synovus Energy, our refineries in Toledo and Lima are a reliable domestic source of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Plus, more than 2,300 employees and contractors work for us here in Ohio. See how we're helping local communities move forward at Synovus.com.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the dopes at The Fan.
At Take 5, we're faster than you think. That means we'll change your oil and have you back on the road before you can count all the change in your center console. Cha-ching, baby. Just sit back and relax while our fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
America's favorite car show returns to Ohio for the biggest hot rodding event of the year. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing Nationals, and it's all taking place July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Check out thousands of chrome and candied hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Shop the huge swap meet and vendor midway and see which rides take home the crown of the Good Guys 2024 Classic Instrument Street Rod and PPG Street Machine of the Year. It's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center, and you don't want to miss it. Get complete details at good-guides.com.
Chops here with a message from Paige and her entire Awaken 180 team. They want to wish all the fan listeners a happy and a healthy Independence Day week. Having a party? Find your free recipes at Awaken 180 on all social media channels.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Ooh, what a dinger. Man, I miss our days playing ball. But ever since I turned 40, just thinking about taking a lap around the bases makes me tired. You ever think lower testosterone is the issue? What are you saying? After 40, the body has less testosterone, impacting your drive. That's why guys like me take Nugenix Total T to keep their energy up. Nugenix really works for you? Since I started taking Nugenix, I feel great. Getting up early for workouts. I'm focused, energized, getting things done at work, in the gym. I even feel more passionate in my relationship. How do I give Nugenix a try? Send them a text for a complimentary bottle.
Text CASH to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text CASH to 321-321. That's CASH to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Lots of sunshine out there today, high 88. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 70. And then on your Wednesday, expect afternoon showers and storms with a high of 93. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Weston Air Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We here on The Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Healthy, leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sharky, what? Happy Tuesday.
Quit interrupting me over here. I'm trying to sleep.
How was your nap yesterday?
It was priceless.
You know, I know it's going to be a long day for you when at 5:50 when I first see you in the morning, that you look at me, and usually you're pretty jubilant because we're towards the start of the show, so most of your work is done. When you look at me and say, Beamer, I'm tired. I know it's going to be a tough next couple hours for you.
It was tough yesterday, but I went home and I got some really good sleep.
Nice.
And now I'm perky. So perky, I'd like to give you these quick hitters.
All right.
Break up the big three of Steph, Clay, and Draymond. The four-time NBA champions have lost 1/3 of that dynamic trio. Klay Thompson is leaving San Francisco and moving to Dallas. He has agreed to a 3-year, $50 million contract with the Mavs. Klay played 13 seasons with the Warriors after being the 11th overall pick of the 2011 draft. He is a 5-time All-Star, has averaged 19.5 points per game in his career. And, Bob, this kind of feels like it's the end of an era.
It does. I mean, he was there for a long time. Like, you go back, Shark, to the run that they had, those titles, would they win? 3 straight?
3 straight, and then one later.
One later. That's...
No, not 3 straight. 3 in 4 years.
Yes, because they
went
Cavs
Cavs
beat them, and then Durant joined. Is that what it was?
No, they beat the Cavs in 15. The Cavs won in 16. Then, Durant joined in 17 and 18. Yeah. And then, gosh, what was it, like 21 or 22? They won another one.
But, this is definitely an end of an era. That seems like that series, that was 8 years ago, Shark, when the Cavs beat them. It seems like an eternity. Time marches on. It waits for no one. And either you die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain. And now he's leaving, going to Dallas. Thought he might be going to L.A. with Bron.
Yep.
His dad played for the Lakers. Ain't happening. Gonna go play with your boy Kyrie.
Kyrie and Luka there in the backcourt. Should be a pretty good role for him coming off the bench, right? Look at his numbers over the years. He obviously had that huge injury in 21-22 where he missed the majority of the season. Came back in 22-23, got 22 points a game, scored 18 points a game last year's. 3-point percentage number has dipped. He's still a career 41% shooter from behind the line. So anything that they can get. Remember, I know the Mavs got blown out in the finals against the Boston Celtics. So, they feel like they're there, and that's a piece for them to add here in the offseason. Feel like they may get over the hump a little bit.
The Tokyo Summer Olympics were a huge disappointment. They were held a year later than scheduled. They had the pandemic still lingering. And in the U.S., TV viewership was way down from 2016, just 15.5 million primetime viewers over the 17 days. Maybe things are going to turn around this summer for the Paris games, because if the USA team trials are any indication, viewers are interested. An average of 7.6 million viewers watched the women's gymnastics trials on Sunday night. That is a 24% increase from 3 years ago. And Beamer, the track and field viewership for the trials was up 38%.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I mean, I've been one of those people. I've been watching as much Olympic trials as I can possibly get. I mean, the backstories of some of these athletes, right? I mean, we know the Simone Biles story. We know that. And
well, she also didn't go in 2020.
Right, yeah, exactly. She got, I think,
she pulled out.
Was it
well, she went.
Tipsies or whatever.
The twisties, that's right.
Yeah, she went and she competed and then
once,
pulled
and
out.
then stopped, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, you look, obviously there's a lot of intrigue around our women's gymnastics team. Track and field is always going to be one. Sydney McLaughlin just shattered the 400-meter hurdles, Bob. She actually, it was like a 50-something, like was her number.
Yeah.
Broke the world record. Her 400-meter hurdle was the Olympic standard for the 400-meter flat. So she's a freak. I'm watching as much as this as we can possibly get until we get to the end of the month and the Olympics start over there in Paris. I love the Summer Olympics. They're great.
Yeah, it's they're good. I enjoy it. I'm going to be watching. It's a little easier when they're in Paris and not in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Time zones make a difference, and you can't just tape delay it anymore because everybody already knows the results. Shark, remember like when 30 years ago you just watch it live at night, live to you, as if it was live.
Well, I had VHS tapes back then.
Yeah, but they would.
Oh, you're saying they didn't even show it live?
Yeah, they would tape delay it.
But we thought
it was live. I mean,
well, yeah, the Miracle on Ice. How many people watching that game knew the result? I know that you did because you were back in school and were watching the sports ticker go by. So like you knew what happened, but. Yeah, the tape delay, because what is Paris? 5 hours ahead, I think. So, like, you're going to have your primetime events that start at 10 o'clock.
That's not bad.
At 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas in Japan, I mean, this stuff's coming on in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
and
for
so
sure.
It wasn't nearly... When you have it halfway across the world, it doesn't work out near as well for American television.
Buckeyes got a double boom on the football field and the basketball court yesterday. We'll do that coming up in the re-rack next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Happy Tuesday. Right now, we do not have any major crashes or slowdowns to let you know about on your Central Ohio roadways. We are seeing things pick up and get busy on 33 out in Plain City. Also on I-71 as you near Polaris. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Spectrum delivers with fast and reliable internet. And with Spectrum One, you get even more. Spectrum Internet, so you can work, game, and stream with speeds up to a gig. Plus advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and one Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line, both free for 12 months. Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and mobile. Get it all together with Spectrum One, starting at just $49.99 a month. Visit Spectrum.com for full details. Offer subject to change, valid for qualified residential customers only. Restrictions apply.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unnatural liability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor-quality security officers and the endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit EventRiskInc.com.
Picture this. You arrive at your hotel. You have an important online meeting lined up with clients from all across the country. You have your laptop open, ready to begin, and the Wi-Fi is so terrible, you can't even connect. These types of stressful situations happen all the time, but they don't have to. When you book a room at La Quinta by Wyndham, you have access to their free high-speed Wi-Fi, so you can take care of those critical emails, join your meetings on time, and even unwind by streaming your favorite shows without having to worry. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine. Book direct at LQ.com.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. The Blue Jackets have signed free agent center Sean Monahan to a 5-year, $27.5 million contract. He's 29 years old, has 244 goals and 294 assists in 11 seasons, 9 of them with Calgary. Meanwhile, the Jackets' 2024 development camp begins today. Among those in attendance, all 6 draft picks from over the weekend, including first-rounder Caden Lindstrom. Both the Guardians and Reds enjoyed an off day yesterday. Tonight, Cleveland hosts the White Sox with Carlos Carrasco facing Chris Flexen. Cincinnati is in New York to face the Yankees. It'll be Graham Ashcraft against Luis Heel. The largest contract in NBA history goes to Celtics star Jason Tatum. He has agreed to a 5-year, $314 million extension. This Sports Center is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss, a no-risk, all-rewards path to real weight loss. If you're not happy with your results in the first week, get 100% of your money back. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 2 of the program for us on a Tuesday. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here, 7:35. Jackets made a free agency signing. We'll talk about that here momentarily. The Hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre. He's going to join the program coming up here, 7:35. Talk a little CBJ with him. Got Dev Camp happening over at the Ice House down at Nationwide Arena as well. If you missed Schlegels in the 6 o'clock hour, I think it was a record with us and Schlegels. We asked one question, and he went 9 minutes just by himself.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. He definitely explored the space. I mean, we gave him the dance floor, and he took it. I think I may have lobbed in another, half-measure question in there.
We changed routes, maybe?
Yeah, just a little distraction, diversion. But, I mean, he talked for a solid 10 minutes.
It was pretty impressive.
Without losing any intensity. Actually, maybe his intensity rising throughout.
He gained intensity, I think.
It was something to behold.
So Schlegels is going to reappear coming up here around 8:05, and then Uncle Beau, he's going to round out the program with us as he does every Tuesday, coming up at 8:35.
Joined by James today.
That's right. Beau and James coming up at 9 a.m.
Bishop and Laurinaitis back in the house.
No Bishop and Friends. I'll be interested to see if they do the Bishop and Laurinaitis intro that they had for so long. So that's exciting. We're all excited about James coming into the studio today. It'll be great to see him.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
I think I know that he hosted with Common Man last week.
Common thoughts with the Condom Man?
I think he's just going to pop in here, have his feet up like he used to?
I guess. I mean, it's been a minute since he's been in here.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd ever been to the new studios
not
before.
until Friday, right?
Yeah, so that'll be fun. I'm excited to kind of hear him and Beau banter back and forth.
Oh, we love the banter.
This will be the best show they do this year.
So that's coming up today at 9. By the way, programming note, 25 hours away from now. 8 o'clock tomorrow, Buckeye, Jack Sawyer. He's going to be on our show.
Yeah, the Pick North native. So very excited for him. He stayed in town this week.
Yep.
And some workouts, just hanging out, maybe hanging out over at the lake, catch some fireworks. So said, you know what? I'm going to come on through, chat a little bit. Should be a fun time.
Last night, did you watch any of the U.S. men's national team?
I did watch some of the first half.
Okay.
And I was telling you, the nonsense where Uruguay almost had a goal in the first half when the ref...
A card was brandished.
Well, yes. And then they just let them play on. And, everybody from Team USA stopped. Next thing you know...
That's usually...
Well, because that's how you do
the
it.
happenings. When a card is being shown, the game is usually stopped. And if players try to then do a quick free kick, it's called back because you can't do it when, the card is coming
they
out.
have to like write down some stuff,
write the minutes, the name, like all that stuff. Like the ref, but the ref was trash last night. So like he let that go. Uruguay almost scored that. And then they ended up scoring a goal at like the middle of the second half at some time. I don't know the exact minute. I was watching it.
I had gone to bed by then, B.
Good for you. And so they score a goal. All right, that's cool. Off a rebound. Matt Turner does his best to save it. Ball goes the other way. Then the ball gets put in right over the top of him. So they go back to the replay, and it was very apparent from...
Isn't this what the VAR is for?
Bob, it was really bad last night. So I don't know if this is a conjunction between CONCACAF and CONMEBOL, but I know CONMEBOL is running like COPA.
What is CONMEBOL?
So we qualify out of CONCACAF, right?
Yes.
Like that is our qualifying region. CONMEBOL is South America's like governing body.
It's called South America.
Yeah. So that I don't know why it's called CONMEBOL. It's a great question. So they got that going. So they scored the goal. They show the replay, very offside.
Yeah.
And so then they go to the lines for the VAR, but they just draw the lines. The lines on TV, it was very evident that they weren't even directly parallel with the 18-yard box and the 6-yard box.
Yeah, you can make the lines whatever you want them to be.
Of course you can. And I feel like that's what they did. So it was
good for them.
It was a mess. After the game, Christian Pulisic went to shake the referee's hand. Referee didn't give him a handshake. It was it was a total disaster. Total disaster. It didn't really matter anyways because Panama beat Bolivia. I think 3-1 was the final. So like you needed to win that game and not just draw the game. But the U.S. Soccer Federation has a massive decision on their hands and what they're going to do with Greg Berhalter. You can't trot him out there for the 2026 World Cup. You just can't. Without the Mexico games over his course in time being the head coach for this team and the federation, like you take those games out, Bob, against top 30 teams in the world, it's awful. Like it's a terrible record.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that we're underachieving, Beam.
Yeah.
Really
that's what you want to do when you've got a World Cup coming to your country in 2 years.
You want to lower expectations so much that you surprise everybody.
Well, his contract ran out at the end of this year. And like you could have just boom, we're done. We're going to move on. You had a World Cup cycle. It didn't go well. You got throttled by the Netherlands in 2020 or 2021 or whenever the last World Cup was, 2022. You got throttled by them, got outclassed, and now all of a sudden we're just going to redo it. Like this is a very big failure.
They call it running it back.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to trust the process. You got to stay with it.
And I know that the guys like Greg Berhalter, so they also need to take some of the onus on this because I saw a lot of just walking around last night. We're soft.
If you like your coach, win for him.
Exactly.
So he doesn't get fired. That's all. I tell guys that all the time.
Yeah.
So I've messaged anybody when they're playing the NFL. I'm like, if you like your coach and your coach likes you, you need to win games because if you don't, he won't be coaching you anymore, and you may not get somebody that likes you.
And I know that the last game with the red card, like Greg Berhalter is not, coaching Timothy Weah to hit another person on the field. Like he's not in control of that. He's not in control of the refs last
ridiculous.
night. But there have been so many instances over the course of the last 4 or 5 years, however long Greg has been in charge, that they have just been so underwhelming.
Was Uruguay playing with like their top group yesterday?
Yeah, pretty much. They were pretty full strength.
Okay, well, I mean, that's the thing. If you would have just beaten Panama and had this result, you'd be like, okay, you're moving on to the next round. You're 2-1, played a tough game against a good opponent. All right. But instead, you lose games you shouldn't lose, and you play tough. Some critical mistakes cost you the game. I don't know. There's officiating issues. I get that. That's always going to be the case, though. I've never seen an official officiate a perfect game, so you're going to have some of that.
Unless you're Joe West. Joe West has officiated a perfect game.
Never made a mistake.
Jackets made some news yesterday. 11-year NHL veteran is headed to Columbus on a 5-year contract. Sean Monahan got signed yesterday. Average of 5.5 on AAV, so a nice little $27.5 million contract for him. 244 goals, 294 assists, 538 points. He played with Johnny Gaudreau. He centered Johnny Gaudreau's line in Calgary a lot with him.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's, I feel like, pretty good news. Again, we're going to check in with the Hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, coming up here at 7:35.
Give us all the deets about it.
Give us all the deets. Give us all the details about it. So we'll see what this means for the Jackets. For me, Bob, I mean, it's obviously a guy who played. He had a couple of big injuries, when he was playing in Calgary and then in Montreal. He played in 83 games last year.
Really?
Yeah, played in all 80. There's only 82 games in the season, but he got traded, so he got the extra one.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't think you get paid anymore for the extra game.
Yeah, I don't think he does either. So Sean Monahan joining the Blue Jackets again. Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre coming up here at 7:35. Everything that I've read about him, Bob, he's going to be great for the room. Great leadership in the room.
Well, what have we said? That they need better leadership. I mean, I think we had Porty on when you were out.
Okay.
And Porty was talking about that, where some of the veteran guys feel like they haven't been able to really lean in and lead the way that they would like. They just hadn't been permitted to do such. So hopefully now, with Waddell and then whoever they hire as their coach, which we think could be even as early as tomorrow.
This weekend, maybe.
This weekend, early next week, that they'll empower the veteran players to go lead the room. Bring in guys who are high-quality people and let them lead the room. A team is governed better by attitude than by rules. You have to be able to set that culture in-house.
Here was Don Waddell yesterday talking about Sean Monahan he's happy to play with Johnny Gaudreau, but ultimately wanted to be here in Columbus.
It's interesting because at 12:02 today, Mike Priest and I both talked to Sean, and he said Columbus has been a destination for his all along. Obviously having Johnny here to be able to play with, but all along he said this is a benefit for me to have Johnny here, but that's not why I came here. He's got a newborn baby. He's heard so much about Columbus. And he wants to set up his home here, and that's always encouraging to hear. And so I've said since I've been here that this is a great place to live, and you see all the ex-players that have come back here, which shows it, and you got a lot of players that are putting stakes up here. So I think it was a combination, but I think most importantly, he wanted to be in Columbus.
We've heard that so much now recently.
I'm trying to think up a good tagline, like
Columbus, a nice place to live.
The place for married older guys.
the place for married 20-somethings.
Not for rush. I say older in hockey terms.
Yeah.
When you're like
middle of your career,
mid to upper 20s.
Mm-hmm.
When you settle down, you stop chasing as much. You're not a Russian dude that will always be half in a bottle and half in a pile of blood.
And a lack of parking spots, which was why Artemi Panarin left.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be able to park your car.
So I'm going to go to New York because it's way easier to park my car there than it is here.
I wish they put that tax on him when he had to drive into the Madison Square Garden where he, at peak times, charge you more to drive on in-beam.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, that makes sense. That maybe those are the guys that they should target.
Yeah.
If you want it, we're going to go after wholesome dudes that are married, in the middle of their career.
Just a team full of married dudes.
It's a team full of married dudes. Although we do have the most Russians of any team in the NHL. We had a full Russian power play at one point this year.
That was awesome.
Was it awesome?
It was great. What was the
We called that the Chechnyan War beam.
What was the stat that we
the Russian power
the
play.
record that we broke of Russian goal scorers last year's in a game? We're the four or five.
I think they had
broken NHL record. I don't remember the exact number. Oh, was it?
Was it that game we scored 8 goals? I thought.
I don't know.
Shark, you were here.
I think it was 4.
Even better.
Yeah. Kirill, Marchenko.
Kimechnikov.
That's when we were doing that.
Rachmaninoff.
Gagarin.
Vladislav. Sergei Vladislav.
Oh, man. Voronkov. I know that. That's an actual guy.
Kimechnikov is my go-to Russian name.
Chinikov, Marchenko, Voronkov, Provorov. Those were the 4.
All the Ovs.
All the Ovs.
Then we had another game where all 3 Michigan guys scored.
Would you say they're kind of like the Russian Shark?
Yeah,
a little bit.
Of. I think basically. So again, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, he's going to come up at 7:35. We'll talk about that. The impressive thing about Sean Monahan and Johnny Gaudreau, the two played more than
Jay Monahan. Is she related to Jay Monahan?
I hope not. 5-500.
Is he going to play in the PIF? Joining the PIF now?
Joining the PIF, joining the Live. The two played more than 5,500 minutes of 5-on-5 hockey. It's equivalent of more than 90 60-minute games from 2014-15 all the way to 2021. They outscored teams 271 to 226 when those two guys were on the ice.
That's the plus-minus you're looking for, Beam.
It really is. Speaking of plus-minus, crew doing a good job in the plus-minus. So we got the All-Star game coming up here July 24th over at Lower.com Field. Wilfried Nancy is going to coach the MLS All-Stars, which is good. Darlington Nagbe, Steven Moreira, Diego Rossi, Cucho, and Rudy Camacho have all been named to the All-Star team.
Well,
So
Ralph
5
Macchio.
players. Not him.
Okay.
He might be there, though, as a celebrity appearance.
I like that.
Yeah, for sure. So good job by the crew making all-star appearances. Bad job by the U.S. men's national team crashing and burning out of Copa America. One of America's most iconic sports franchises is up for sale, and it all could be yours for the price of a cool $5 billion. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. A couple crashes we are watching. The first on the ramp from 33 westbound to Refugee Road. Watch for crews clearing a crash over there that has traffic slow moving. Also slow moving on I-270 southbound on the east side. The left lane slightly blocked off in those southbound lanes just beyond the 270-70 split. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Erectile dysfunction is a destroyer of your confidence, of your joy and intimacy, and often it can even harm your relationship. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice in our area for treating erectile dysfunction. And I want you to know today that if you're like most men, you can be free of ED and all the impacts it has on your life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're your local provider for dealing with men's sexual health issues. Our expert medical teams are focused on treating ED, and we have highly effective treatment plans with some protocols that work in well over 90% of cases. We can even combine treatments for greater efficacy, all of which means it's very likely you'll be having great sex again within just a day or two of your first appointment. You might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. If you're obsessed with fantasy sports and gambling things, we have the slightly above average radio show for you. On the Money with Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Wednesday night at 8 on The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
At Take 5, we're faster than you think. That means we'll change your oil and get you back on the road in less time than it takes to get over from the express lane to the exit ramp. Just sit back and relax while our fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Did your mobile provider just increase their prices again? Switch to Spectrum Mobile, the nation's fastest growing mobile provider. With Spectrum Mobile, you get unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Switching to Spectrum Mobile has never been easier. We'll pay off your phone balance up to $2,500. Stop dealing with price hikes from your cell phone company. Get Spectrum Mobile. Visit spectrum.com/itpays-to-switch for full details. Offer subject to change. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Ohio's public schools are safe, welcoming learning environments where everyone can thrive, no exceptions. Thanks to the nearly 120,000 public school educators in the Ohio Education Association. We are dedicated professionals who deserve respect, a living wage, and a seat at the table when decisions are made. And we're using our united voice to demand the supports and resources our students need to succeed. Because in Ohio, public education matters.
America's favorite car show returns to Ohio for the biggest hot rodding event of the year. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing Nationals, and it's all taking place July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Check out thousands of chrome and candied hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Shop the huge swap meet and vendor midway and see which rides take home the crown of the Good Guys 2024 Classic Instrument Street Rod and PPG Street Machine of the Year. It's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center, and you don't want to miss it. Get complete details at good-guys.com.
weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Lots of sunshine out there today. Partly cloudy, high 88. The heat and humidity will be in full swing tonight and tomorrow. Tonight we get down to 70. Wednesday looking at a high of 93 with afternoon showers and storms. A couple storms could be strong to severe. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Panic and passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up here, 7:35, Hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre. Going to talk a little CBJ with him. Before we do anything else, Bob, let's do this.
Oh, you hear the song, you know what it is. That means it's a Tuesday. It's the first Tuesday of the second half of the year. And when you're having an Independence Week like we're having now, the only logical featured appetizer at Roosters, which will be $3 all day long, is mozzarella sticks, crispy, breaded on the outside with gooey, cheesy inside, served with warm homemade marinara sauce.
It's the all-American treat for an all-American holiday coming up.
Everybody loves a good mozz stick. They're going to be $3 all day long. And also, being they still got their test menu out. Had a nice Nashville chicken hot sandwich the other day from there. It was terrific. Got their new spices, the mango habanero, or the new sauces, mango habanero, little garlic parmesan actually. But it's all tremendous.
Parmesan Reggiano.
Yeah, go check them out. You're going to want to get up there. And you know what? An hour from now, we're going to be giving out a Roosters $50 gift card. So stay tuned, stay locked in.
Did you do the hot D last night?
The hot D.
House of the Dragon?
I did not.
Okay.
So here was the dilemma. After I got done, you and I were talking to Schlags. I had some work that I needed to get done, go through some emails, and I had to get a washer and dryer for our house down in Portsmouth. Yeah. So ordered that.
Maybe you could have done your laundry there.
Yeah, that might be maybe me moving there might be the answer.
Well, how about you take the fire alarms out of that house?
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Take the fire alarms out of that house, Bob. You can live there, and then your family can live up here.
Someone asked me if I wore like, what's your philosophy on seatbelts? Because, like, I don't know. I just hate smoke detectors. All right, I dislike them. I'm gonna wake up if there's smoke in the house, and someone's gonna email me and be like, no, actually, if you have smoke inhalation, you'll stay asleep. No, I won't. I'll wake up. I'm a very light sleeper.
Asphyxiation.
Courtney walked in the other day, and I about jumped up and slit her throat when she walked. I mean,
oh my Bob.
Well, she opened the door and walked in the bedroom. I was sleeping. I'm like, listen, and I jumped up and was like, all right, we're good. Like, you got to come in slowly.
You do. Take the dagger out from under your pillow?
Listen. You have no idea what type of house I live in, dude.
Apparently a madhouse.
I mean, listen, everybody...
Get your house under control.
Everybody wants to swing at the king, okay?
Best not miss.
You never know when one of my sons is going to try to usurp me for house supremacy. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit like House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
You may have a rat catcher in there trying to murder somebody in their sleep.
So I was watching a reel on Instagram, and of course they're all like targeted ads, and it was.
So what was the best part is in your targeted ads. It says a lot about.
Well, it's not.
You.
It wasn't a targeted ad. It was just in my. It was in my algorithm. So it was a lot. It's a
That's
lot.
What I'm saying.
There's a lot of Game of Thrones stuff in there and House of the Dragon. So there was a scene with who was Robert Baratheon? There was a scene with Stannis with his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a flashback to Game of Thrones. And
that's one of the most disturbing. There's a lot of disturbing things I've seen.
That was pretty bad.
The sacrificing of your own daughter that was a tough one.
That was pretty tough. But it was a flashback of a scene, Bob, and she's sitting there reading, and Stannis comes in. She's like, he goes, "What are you reading?" She goes, "Oh, I'm reading about the Dance of Dragons. It's Rhaenyra and Aegon having this big battle." And then like fast forward, and like that's what the show's about.
Gosh, that's great.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I love the foreshadowing that they had before they even knew they were going to go back and do this.
For sure.
That is. Yeah, that's great.
Classic setup episode. That's all. That's what I'll say. Classic.
You're on the fringe.
Yeah, classic setup episode.
They leave you
because
hanging.
I would imagine next week that this sucker's going to get kicked off.
Oh, for Independence Day weekend for sure. Really blow it up at that point.
Yeah.
So going back to I wear seatbelts. I always kind of have. I mean, that was My dad never did growing up, and somehow
Well, the cars just beep so much if you don't wear it that it's
Yeah.
more of a
So
pain
here's the thing.
not to than it is to.
It is. And so I go, and this is what I did in college. I had this truck that would beep all the time. Actually, it was after college. And I just buckled the seatbelt and would sit over top of it. I go, if you're going to do that.
But you're making the effort to buckle the seatbelt.
No, I would leave it buckled and always sit on top of it.
Okay.
Because it was so ridiculous. It would beep, and then some of the newer ones beep, they like shut your radio off.
What?
Exactly.
Why?
Because it's like, put it on.
It's like sitting in a timeout.
Yes.
You don't buckle your seatbelt.
If you want to drive around and be unsafe, you don't get to listen to anything in the car. And so I go, that's like so overly punitive. Then now you're going to make me look for ways around it now, as opposed to doing. But I've always been kind of a seatbelt guy. My mom's always leaned in on us growing up, and so I've always done that. Now, part of it is especially when I was in Dallas, I'd drive my Jeep all the time, and I would have the doors off. And like driving without doors on the highway.
Probably not the safest thing
I'm like, if
already
you
in
have
here.
to make a hard, who knows, if someone stops in front of you, you have to do a hard lane change, and I'm going left to right, I go, there's a chance I might fall out while I'm trying to drive.
Even the other way, if you have somebody in the car.
Now, if they fall out, I'll still be driving, though. So that's
not your problem.
I'm good. That's
not your problem.
That's not my problem. Because then they're probably dying either way. Because if I fly out and I've got the wheel.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to save myself.
So I've always been a seatbelt guy. I really dislike smoke. And probably it comes from like being in college and having like super lazy roommates, and they would just, your smoke detector, the battery would be dying, and you just hear the boop.
Mm-hmm. Boop. You gonna fix that?
No, we're good. And they just like become immune to it over the course of time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, stop, please change it. And you just live with animals, and they didn't do that. So I think I was like, you know what? I just started taking them all out. Like, I'm done with this.
When I was down at Western Kentucky, I lived in a place called Pierce Ford Tower. I think it was like 28 or 30 floors. I lived on the 22nd floor of that in my one semester at Western Kentucky. Middle of the night, like 3 a.m. Did the fire alarm, did the fire test, had to walk down the steps, and then walk back up. I think that was the reason I transferred. I didn't want to do that anymore.
Dude, if you're on the 22nd floor, smoke detector isn't saving you, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, outside of you being able to like have do some sort of base jump out of your window with a parachute. I mean, if there's a fire midway down there, it's like you're not making it out.
Yeah, you're toast.
So, like, just let me die in my sleep. Some smoke inhalation.
I saw this yesterday. The Boston Celtics, they released a statement yesterday. Boston Basketball Partners, LLC.
I heard this on a Sports Center update. I was out of my silo yesterday.
Nice.
I think I was listening to the 1460, the HD2. So I was driving back from the swim meet, or maybe Tim had just gone off. I'm not sure. We were network. But either way, they announced Jason Tatum's 5-year, $314 million deal.
Yeah.
Following update, Boston Celtics are for sale.
Crazy, man. So, I mean, the franchise, Forbes valued it. You want to take a guess? All right. So, I mean, the value is $4.7 billion. The Boston Celtics were purchased in 2002. Do you know the price that the Celtics were purchased for? We're talking about the Boston Celtics.
$750 million.
$360 million in 2002.
Oh, yeah. The glow up on team valuations has been remarkable.
So if you have a cool $5 billion laying around, Sharky, I'm talking to you. You can buy the Boston Celtics.
Bodie, we're talking to you.
Yeah, Bodie probably already started a GoFundMe for that. I would have to imagine that.
Shark, he may want you to retire so he can start making the big bucks and sit in your chair and start financing that purchase.
Bob, there are 330 billion people in this country.
You mean million?
330 million people in this country, like I said.
Sorry, Joe.
Yeah. 7 billion in the world. If I could get each one of those 330 million to give me
$10.
No, $1.
Oh, he just froze over there. Just
yeah,
you do that.
No, you're right. $15. $15. I can buy the Celtics.
That's right.
Everybody's got $15.
Everybody can spare that.
Or get everybody in the world to give me like 60 cents.
Or one. Then you'd have a surplus, and then you can afford Jason Tatum's contract.
And I can buy the Cavs, too.
Buy the Cavs.
$315 million contract. That's crazy. And that deal's only going to go up, too, because they just renegotiated their TV contracts.
Yeah.
So, like, the Supermax deal is going to be worth like $440 million at some point
Good for
over
him.
the next few
Even
years.
better.
I mean, that is crazy. He's not going to get that. He may get it on the wraparound if he continues to play well for the next 5 years. I mean, could make.
He's still pretty young.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he could make over.
LeBron, some of these guys are getting max deals at 34 years old, 33.
Yeah. Paul George didn't get a max deal, did he? But he got a lot to go to Philly. I know that. I don't know if he got the max deal, like the veteran supermax, but I mean, you're talking about
supermax. I mean, can we just call it the Rick James?
Yeah.
Give him the supermax.
Well, you get $215 for 4 years, so $54 million a year.
It's not bad for a guy who's 38 years old.
If that ain't the max, it should be.
Jackets with a busy past couple of days. The Hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, he's going to join us. We'll break it all down with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are keeping our eye on 2 crashes right now. The first on the ramp from 33 westbound to Refugee Road. We're watching lane restrictions on that ramp as crews work to clear up a crash. Keep that in mind as you head out right now. Also on the east side, watch for slowdowns on I-270 southbound just beyond the 270-70 split. The left lane slightly blocked off because of a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Roof leaks and damage can ruin your business and your reputation. Property management pros trust Legacy Roofing Services, Ohio's leader in commercial roof repair, replacement, and ongoing maintenance. At Legacy, our reputation for fast, reliable, safe, and permanent roofing services for commercial buildings can solve your roofing problems before they become roofing nightmares. Call Legacy Roofing Services today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
America's favorite car show returns to Columbus with a jam-packed weekend of cool cars, cool people, and good times. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing National, and it's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Cruise on out with your family and friends and check out over 6,000 of the country's coolest classics on display. And don't miss Good Guys CPP Autocross Racing action, Nitro Thunderfest, a huge swap meet in Vendor Midway, live music, family fun, and so much more. It's Ohio's biggest hot rod and party of the summer, and it's all going down July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Get details at goodguysguys.com.
Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend is back. Shop buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and special offers on diamond engagement rings. Visit us at Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend, Friday, July 26th and Saturday, July 27th on Sawmill Road.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar.
See for yourself when you sign up today and get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
See some football players try to play softball? Join us for Schmidt's Cardale Jones Charity Softball Game.
Why picnic when you can Schmidtnick? And presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. The Fan.
When you have to stop but don't really want to, stop at BP. Because BP has everything you need to keep it going. Fuel to keep the adventures going. The BP Me app to keep the savings and the commutes going. Snacks and drinks to keep the crew going. And the BP Me Rewards Visa to keep the rewards going and going and going. A stop at BP isn't a stop at all. Keep it going.
Save big on USDA Choice Bone-In Ribeye Steaks in the Value Pack. They're only $7.99 a pound with your card and digital coupon. Limit 5. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Ooh, what a dinger. Man, I miss our days playing ball. But ever since I turned 40, just thinking about taking a lap around the bases makes me tired.
You ever think lower testosterone is the issue?
What are you saying?
After 40, the body has less testosterone, impacting your drive. That's why guys like me take Nugenix Total T, to keep their energy up.
Nugenix really works for you?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I feel great. Getting up early for workouts. I'm focused, energized, getting things done at work, in the gym. I even feel more passionate in my relationship.
How do I give Nugenix Genix a try.
Send them a text for a complimentary bottle.
Text CASH to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of new Genix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of new Genix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text CASH to 321-321. That's CASH to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beam has a baby face. Bobby has soft hands. That should not stop you from listening to this show. This is Morning Juice.
Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Right now we're heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Check with our good friend. He is the Hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre. Jean-Luc, it's been a while since we talked to you since the season, buddy. How's the summer treating you, all right?
So far, it's been great. How about you guys?
Yeah, doing well. Just hanging out, going to the zoo a lot. I know Bob's running all over the place, doing lacrosse, soccer, all kinds of fun stuff.
Let me ask you this, Jean-Luc. I mean, does this Independence Day hit a little bit different as a newly minted U.S. citizen?
It absolutely has, Bobby. Great question. Yes, so I had the Canadian flag out on the front porch yesterday, and then we're going to switch that probably midday today and put the American flag, which we always done. But like this year, I'm going to make the switch because I always tended to keep the Canadian flag there till like about 11:59 on July 3rd, but this year we'll switch a little earlier.
The midway point of the week, Jean-Luc. It's going to be great. Midnight tonight is when you're going to do that. You're going to get out. We'll have the ceremony. It'll be fantastic. Jackets. Before we take it back to the draft this past weekend at the Sphere, Sean Monahan, tell us about him. I know Bobby and I were talking a little bit earlier. Played with Johnny Gaudreau in Calgary. Had an injury with Montreal, but played in 83 games last year, Jean-Luc. Which again, there's only 82 games in a season, but good veteran leadership that this team is now adding to center the Gaudreau line.
Yes, absolutely, and that was one of the main focus for Don Waddell. Heading into free agency, said that he's not a big free agency fan as far as like making these big flashy moves, but to be able to get a #1 center for this franchise and alleviate the weight on Boone Jenner is obviously key if it's available. You don't see many centers available typically during free agency day, and for Sean Monahan, he decided to come here. It's funny, I was doing a bunch of hits for Canadian TV yesterday, and Montreal was really hoping to get Sean Monahan back to Montreal this season, and he decided to come to Columbus. So it's pretty exciting, and obviously it's going to be key to hopefully kickstart here Johnny Gaudreau, and maybe you can see the Calgary Johnny Gaudreau here in Columbus next season.
Well, he said, part of it was Johnny, but he liked Columbus even before being, over in Montreal. You're a French Canadian. Maybe it's goodbye to the cabarets, hello to the golf courses and the Columbus Zoo, being like a dad and a place to live. I mean, can that be the marketing slogan to try to get guys, Jean-Luc, that are maybe in their mid-20s to early 30s that are married and looking to settle down?
Well, absolutely. Listen, he has a young child that was, I believe, a year old or so. That is one thing with Columbus. Yes, it may not be the flashiest city, but they know about, the organization. The facilities are fantastic. And then the quality of life in Ohio, which obviously you don't hear about it all so much in the media, but the players, trust me, they talk among themselves every time down the road, every time they go for dinner with former players. So that is definitely a key point for him. And obviously kind of like what Johnny did, right? To get closer to family. He's from Brampton, Ontario, which is not too far. Now they can drive up and down to come see him. So, since the pandemic, I think a lot of players have changed their tune a little bit on how important family really is to them, whether their parents, cousins, etc. And, the location of Columbus definitely played a key piece in his decision as well.
He is Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Were you surprised about Adam Boqvist being put on waivers, Jean-Luc?
I was. I'm not going to lie. For Boquist, you think he's still only 23 years old. And, yes, he seems like he's been in the league for a long time because he came in so early. But for him, I was thinking at least a trade, but maybe the salary was the biggest roadblock. But I have no worries that he will find himself another place on another team. But, yes, clearly Don Waddell has an idea of what he wants to do with that blue line. We have to remember defensively, this is a team that's been near the bottom or the top, depending which way you want to see it, as far as goals against. And that's something that has to change. And, we're going to see a lot of change on the blue line there with Bean and Boquist. Blankenberg is gone. So a lot of players, familiar faces over the last few years from the previous regime are now gone.
Does that speak to you that like Matejchuk and Jiricek are like ready to step up, like a night in, night out defenders?
I'm not 100% sure about that.
Okay.
I think training camp will really dictate what happens. I think they're definitely making room or giving the opportunity for at least one of them to really step up and find themselves a role in that top four. But aside from that, with Werenski, you got Werenski, Severson that are coming back that are probably going to be first, second pair. You got Provorov still there. So that gives you about one spot for one of these two players. And then the 5-6, I expect Don Waddell to go sign another veteran there to add to be able to play alongside Eric Goodbranson. So those are my expectations.
As we see Jean-Luc talk about some of the size, especially the guys that they drafted, is this is physicality, is that going to be a theme? Size? I know every GM, every head coach, they have an idea of how they want to build and construct their team. I mean, is that kind of the theme of maybe where they're trying to go now?
Well, absolutely. Listen, the NHL is a copycat league, and whatever you see the trend is to get to the finals and win the Stanley Cup final, whether you look at the Vegas Golden Knight last season or the Florida Panthers this year, they were, they had some big, hard, mean players to play against, and that's what everybody's going to start to do this year. And, there's a lot of role players that comes in that are extremely important as well that don't make all that much money, but that's kind of like the makeup that you're seeing a lot of GMs take with their teams right now. And for the Blue Jackets, it was definitely a team that maybe it was a little too nice to play against the Blue Jackets in the past, and they're trying to change that narrative, and also adding size never hurts as well.
I know that Don Waddell had a press conference yesterday, Jean-Luc, and we were listening to him a little bit earlier talking about just thoughts on Sean Monahan and coming here to play with Johnny Gaudreau and staying in Columbus, but he did update on the coaching search. And do you have a timetable that you're expecting? We had Svoboda on yesterday. He said maybe even by the end of this week is when we could possibly hear something about a new head coach in the house.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that it's sometime by the end of the week. Listen, for Don Waddell, he's had so much on his plate over the last few weeks, whether it was the draft, free agency, talking to players, et cetera, and then now you got the coaching search on top of it. The good news for him, and he said in his press conference, is all the coaches are available now will still be available because you have 32 NHL jobs available, but there's only one team looking right now. So all the candidates will be there, whether it's now or in 2 weeks from now. So he's taking his time because he wants to get that right. So I think now is about the time.
Jean-Luc, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning, buddy. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy the 4th, and we'll check it again soon, all right?
All right, guys. Thank you.
There he goes, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, the Hyphenator, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're going to get Juice next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Watch for crews clearing a crash on the ramp from 33 westbound to Refugee Road. We've got the right lane slightly blocked off as crews work to clear up an issue over there. Also, the right shoulder slightly blocked off on I-270 southbound just beyond the 270-70 split on the east side because of a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
At Take 5, we're faster than you think. That means we'll change your oil and have you back on the road faster than it takes for your fancy designer half-calf, heavy cream, no-whip, mocha latte to get cold. Just sit back and relax while our fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cool savings at Logan AC and Heat Services. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months. It's hard to stop a train with a system for every home and budget. Book your free estimate now. Logan Services.
The Buckeye Show.
Jim Lachey back in the day just pointing or running that way.
We're going right here, and it's not a dang thing you can do about it.
Don't you love that?
The Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
O'Reilly. When your wiper blades do more smearing than clearing during a storm, it's time to replace them. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and get a pair of Bosch Pure Vision wiper blades on sale now. Buy one, get one free. Offer is valid in-store only. Our professional parts people will even install them for free. Get a better view of the road at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Lots of sunshine out there today, high 88. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 70. And then on your Wednesday, expect afternoon showers and storms with a high of 93. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
A radio show hosted by two former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Well, here on The Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Sharky, what? We're going to hear from this guy here in about, 15, 20 minutes time, around 8:05 again. Why don't you fire up the Schlegel machine?
I love training. It's good times.
there's nothing better than sweaty dudes, you know? I mean, that's really where the band of brothers comes into effect, when it's just, you're just really sweaty, you know?
I love training. You know, those are 3 words I've never said.
I love training.
I love training. Mm-hmm. I don't love training. I train. I don't love it.
Do you like our cyber training we have to do once a quarter?
Oh, my God.
That's the worst training.
That is the worst training. You know, Bobby's so mad about it over there. Look at his face.
Something doesn't even apply to work now. They're like, hey, don't get fished at home. I'm like, listen, if I'm going to be dumb enough to click on a link or give somebody my credit card number, I deserve to have my money taken from me.
Okay. Trying to think what I was going to say.
I don't know.
John Cooper was a young lad, 51 years old, when he took the Ohio State job in January of 1988. Today, he is 87 years old. No, now that I think about it, he would have been 50, right, in 1988, because he didn't have his 51st birthday until July 2nd. So happy birthday to John Cooper. He still looks really good. I mean, I haven't seen him probably in 2 years, but he still looked really good. And when I
looked great. I saw him Saturday night. Or Friday night. He looked great.
Yeah. Anyway, that has me juiced. Also, the first player, I had to go back and do a little research on this, but the first players to earn $1 million a year in the NBA, Moses Malone and Bill Walton. They each signed for exactly $1 million back in 1979. 12 years later, Larry Bird signed a contract for just over $7 million a year, so he was the first player to make $5 million in a season. Now, Jason Tatum has gotten that 5-year, $314 million extension, nearly $63 million per season. $766,000
$63 million a season
per game. $766. And I'm guessing in the next 5 years, you guys remember this because I won't be here, but in the next 5 years,
we'll text you.
Text me. Somebody in the NBA
put it on your headstone.
Will be making $1 million a game.
Yeah.
Now, we see that in the NFL because they only play 17 games. Quarterbacks are making $3 million a game.
They don't play 82 of them.
They don't play 82 of them, and neither do most NBA players. So really, $1 million a game could end up being $70 million in a season. We've got load management in the NBA. But anyway, it's crazy how much money these guys make.
Told you the sale of the Boston Celtics back in 2002 was $340 million or $350 million, whatever it is, and now it's going to be valued at $4.3 billion or $4.8 billion. I mean, that sale will happen for $5 million, right? Like if they get $5 million, they're probably going to be pretty thrilled about that. And it's insane to think about how the dollars just keep going up and up and up and up, and all those dollars are guaranteed.
Where will it end? I mean, they always say the best investment is in a professional.
Well, when they can't find any other revenue streams and their growth is maxed out.
Yeah, I mean,
when no one else cares about sports.
So much of it comes from TV, obviously. In the NFL, if you didn't draw a single fan, an owner would make money. If he didn't draw a single fan, he still would make money.
Like gate revenue?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They get like $350 million a year from the TV deal.
It's crazy. I don't know where it's going to end, but I do know that if you are a father, put a basketball in your kid's hand.
If you're a father, make sure your kid's 6'10".
Yeah, make sure he's really tall, and then teach him how to shoot.
Willie's out of the running. He's not
even in football. Just take your kid out there and let him punt. Punters will make $3 or $4 million.
And then put a lot of pressure on them throughout their life. And yell at them.
Like Schlegel earlier. I think my dad had a neurological disorder.
Yeah, Schlegel gets into that. We'll get into that next. Yeah. What's got me juiced? It was my kids. It was their last regular season swimming. They got champs next week. I love 4th of July week when it's on like a Thursday like this. I feel like we're on holiday, like a holiday all week long. Super juiced because I remember that our guy Jean-Luc became a citizen. This is his first Independence Day as an American citizen. So kudos to him. And you know what? Tomorrow, I just stumbled upon happy birthday to Coach Cooper, 87. He looks. If I'm going to live to 87, I hope I can live it like Coach Coop. Him and his wife are in great shape. Awesome people. Super, super happy for him. But tomorrow we have a birthday of Tom Cruise. And you know what? In honor of Jean-Luc, let's play a little Jack Nicholson today, Sharky.
Oh, okay.
Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's going to do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You weep for Santiago and you curse the Marines. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives, and my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like... Did you order the code red? I did the job. Did you order the code red? Damn right I did!
I love it. It's one of my favorite scenes in every movie ever, all time. Tom Cruise's birthday is tomorrow. We'll celebrate that. But that was about Jack.
He actually got a year younger this year.
Absolutely. He is.
He is aging in reverse.
He is. Benjamin Button. And he looks good. That's got me juiced, Beam. What's got you juiced?
I'm a big fan of the Tour de France. Huge fan. I love it. I think it stems back from when we were doing 2-a-days, Bob. Like at this point of the year, I would just go home, take a nap, and it would just be on. So I just watch it on repeat. So Meredith hates it. She hates when the Tour de France comes on because I'm like, that's nice. It's
not a big cyclist?
Not a big cyclist.
It's very scenic though, Beam.
So they are climbing the Galibier today, which is a mountain in the Pyrenees. And I don't know exactly how tall the peak is, Bob. But they started off riding today in the morning in France. It was like 75 degrees, 76 degrees where they started out today. The temperature at the peak of the climb, which they're about to embark on in a few hours, is 3 degrees Celsius, which translates to 37 degrees Fahrenheit. So that is a 40-degree difference from where they started this morning to ultimately where they're going to finish. That's got me fired up. Juice Vampire, the U.S. men's national team, they're a disaster right now. So that didn't have me fired up. Staying up until 11 o'clock last night just to watch them go crashing out of Copa America. Schlegel, he's enjoying some nice downtime off in Jacksonville. We're going to check in with him in the re-rack next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Watch for crews clearing a crash on the ramp from 33 westbound to Refugee Road. We've got the right lane slightly blocked off as crews work to clear up an issue over there. Also, the right shoulder slightly blocked off on I-270 southbound just beyond the 270-70 split on the east side because of a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte, each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
Tires worn down from all the summer driving? Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus this month and save $160 on select sets of 4 Continental tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. Offer ends July 31st. See store for details.
As a local family-owned and operated company, Newman Roofing takes great pride in providing great customer experience and quality product to every job they do. From the first phone call to the end of your project, they'll know who you are. Don't just get a roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
Progressive presents
10 things on a plumber's to-do list that are harder than getting a small business insurance quote. Waking up for 5 a.m. plumbing disasters, finding out why water is pouring from the ceiling, replacing a pipe in a home from the 1800s, then dealing with invoices or your awkward apprentice or that really weird smell, and then there's breathing and eating, and of course, clogs. But the easiest thing on any small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you could save on the business insurance that's right for you. Get a quote in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers.
This summer, click into easier yard cleanup with same-day delivery from the Home Depot. Click into clearing overgrown grass or weeds with effortless gas-like power. And click into the convenience of a battery platform compatible with over 250 tools with the Milwaukee M18 fuel trimmer, now for just $199. Click into power with 4th of July savings now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Order select and stock items by 4 p.m. subject to availability.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. The Blue Jackets have signed 11-year veteran forward Sean Monahan to a 5-year, $27.5 million contract. The move came on the opening day of free agency. The 29-year-old Monahan is reunited in Columbus with his longtime Calgary line mate Johnny Gaudreau. The NHL announced the home openers for all 32 teams. The Blue Jackets open their home schedule on October 15th against the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Columbus visits Minnesota for the Wild's home opener on October 10th. And the Jackets are in Colorado for the Avalanche's home opener on October 12th. The entire schedule will be announced today. In baseball, the Reds and Guardians both idle last night. Tonight, Cincinnati visits the Yankees. Cleveland hosts the White Sox. In soccer, the U.S. men's national team suffered a 1-0 loss to Uruguay at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The Americans don't get out of the group stage at Copa America. Breaking sports news on The Fan.
Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us. On a Tuesday, Brandon B., Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here momentarily, we're going to re-listen to Schlegel. And then at 8:35, Uncle Beau. He's going to join the program. So a little fireworks, getting ready for the 4th of July.
Heard some fireworks last night. Courtney always looks at me in the bed like when they go off. And I don't know if she thinks I'm like, am I going to go down and challenge the fireworks in the neighborhood that are being lit off? Like
with your own?
With my own. Yeah, absolutely with my own. I already purchased mine this year, B.
Good. I can't wait to come.
Does it say something about me that both of my neighbors are going to be out of town this year during the 4th of July?
Yeah, probably. I think that speaks volumes.
Court said she's going to go out of town next year for the 4th of July.
Well, we're just going to launch them from their yard.
We did that the one year during COVID because they had a good seating arrangement. But yes, I guess I could do that. I'd prefer not to.
They get a free show, though.
They're
What's
nice.
wrong with that?
They're nice folks.
What's wrong with that? So Uncle Beau, he's going to round out the program with us coming up here around 8:35.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Bob, why don't you give us a number here for a listener to shoot for?
Oh, goodness. Let's go with number next.
Caller number next.
Caller number next. Let's go 7.
Caller number 7, 614-821-9710. You call in, you talk to Shark, and you're going to be receiving a family 4-pack of tickets to the Good Guys 26 Summit Racing Nationals July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. You can check out over 6,000 of the country's coolest hot rods, muscle trucks, trick trucks, customs, and more on display. Experience Good Guys CPP Autocross Racing Series all weekend long as well. Passes are good for one of the days. For more information, visit good-guys.com/GGN. Again, 614-821-9710. That's the phone number. You talk to Sharky, you're going to be walking away with that. U.S. men's national team crashed and burned last night against Uruguay. Ref was trash. Players were soft. Coaching was bad. And you got a result in the other game in Panama and Bolivia, which needed you to win, and they didn't do it. They didn't take care of business. Comes down to brass tacks. Doesn't even matter the VAR decision because you couldn't draw the game. You had to beat them outright. And that's something that they couldn't do.
He beats me.
Home soil, Copa America, run up. Greg gets his contract extended going back into January or February, whenever that happens. We're going to see you again in a major tournament, and you go out, you get grouped. You got group staged at home.
Is that the term? You got grouped?
Yeah, you got grouped. Disaster.
Yeah, not good.
Bob, you're 2 years away from having a cup on home soil, and you haven't
stay humble, stay hungry, baby.
You haven't been farther away since when you missed the World Cup, dating back to, what was that, 2018 when the last one happened?
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
Since that fateful night in Trinidad and Tobago. It's bad. Missed the World Cup.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it done.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Now, you're not going to miss the World Cup this next time because you host it, so you don't have to qualify, which is great news for us.
I guess. I mean, if you're going to get a pity invite, is that how you feel?
Yeah, we're going to throw some billions of dollars at the wall. We'll get that good.
Yeah, I don't want a pity invite.
Yeah. Disaster last night. U.S. men's national team 0, or Shark likes to correct me, 0. Uruguay 1. They go into the next round. Crew at home against Nashville tomorrow at 6:30. If you're going down there, Red, White, and Boom is happening at the same time, so just be weary of that. Checked in with this guy a little bit earlier. Time to fire up back the Schlegel machine.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
Sponsored by Sugar Shannara Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
And now's the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our best friend of all time, Anthony Schlegel. Schlegs, happy Tuesday, buddy. What's happening?
Man, that is so sweet. You're my BFF. You know that, Beam? You know what? Columbus, Ohio, good morning. I'm doing great. Attacking and dominating as always. Great weekend. Start off the week. I'm ready to go. How about you guys?
Doing well, man. Can't complain. Guys have the week off this week, so you're back in Jacksonville chilling out. I'm glad to see you're getting bumpy in tank top, ready to rock. I think that's key. How was last weekend getting to watch Hunter and his sweet flow play a little baseball?
It was great. It was great. It was, I mean, when you go to these tournaments, right, I mean, they're long. They end up getting rained out a game. They miss, there was a ton of teams. There's 70-something teams in this thing. So they end up missing the top 16 by a run. And you go back and you, look at the games and, one game that they should have won and then the pitching just kind of collapsed in it. But, you don't get the refs that you want, right? And then they had their last game got rained out. So, you got 3 games in 4 days. It's man, this kind of stinks. But he did well. And I just told him, it was every rep matters. So when you that approach, you just can't have an off at bat. You got to make sure that you can seize every moment because you got to get to that final 16 to get the looks that you want, but also to get more games, more reps, because that's how I look at it. But still, it's a win because we're there as a family. We got to watch him play. He himself did very, very well. And, now we're back. Drove back yesterday to Jacksonville. Afterward, got bumpy upper bodies, just sweating in the garage. Felt fantastic. Going to have a Schleg day today in there. And then he's going to do some work on Wednesday. Again, getting the workout on Thursday, off Friday, play. They're going to play Saturday to Tuesday or something like that. I don't know. This is 130 teamer that's coming up. So it's going to be quite long, but boom, then we'll be back. So it's just, yep. So anyways, that's what we got going on. What's going on in the world?
Are we training him? I've been curious about this before we go on. He's got that long flow, but I feel with your mentality, you might be kind of training him to be like a John Rocker-esque pitcher. I mean, is that sprinting out of the bullpen, just crazy town?
No.
Loving New York City?
No, that is not Hunter's style at all for anybody that knows him. But I will say this, the things that you try to, in baseball, everybody's a little different. You have to be authentically you. He plays the outfield. He's been hitting very, very well. And he pitches, and it's hey, listen, here's the thing about the attitude and intensity of when you go into a rack and why you train. And that's the things that matter to me. There's
a back slap before he runs out.
No back slaps. Though, John Rocker, probably back slap would have been fantastic for him. But I'm going to give you an example. One, like a guy threw one high and inside. It was not intentional. But if I'm not charging him out, I'm going to send it right back to you. Right in your beak. That's the thing. Or if you're on first base, right, this guy kept trying to, throw it over and he's getting kind of annoyed a little bit. Oh, the mindset is this. Keep throwing it back. I'm going to keep working you. You're not going to pay attention to the batter because you're paying attention to me. Pay attention to me because I'm about ready to steal this bag on you, bro. That, again, how do you get that? How do you just flip it and turn it on? You just can't go out on the field and expect to do it during a game. Those are the things that you're trying to build in when you're in the weight room, right? And again, or even at practice. I don't care, but that's the mindset. When you're a pitcher, hey, you know what? This guy, like in high school baseball, like I swear to you, there are no lines whatsoever. Like if you're playing on a dirt field, they throw the lines out. The guy is all over, home plate. I'm like, you know what? You throw that pitch as hard as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And if it happens to hit him in the ribs, it hits him in the ribs. And if he wants to step back the next time, have enough moxie and confidence in yourself that you're just always going to give that guy a bag because I'm going to throw it. I'm going to break a rib next time.
Yes.
Again, is that wrong? No, that's just how the game should be played, because if you're a pitcher, that's my plate. Right? If you're a hitter, that's my plate, right? That's the mind game that goes on. That's no different. I mean, again, now I talked football back in the early and mid 2000s when they ran a fullback and they ran powers and they pulled guys old school style. And you're just like, I'm just going to come downhill and I'm going to dent your face mask in every swing and play. Like, that's what we're going to do. And at the end of it, we'll see, who the dude is, right? Who won the game. But I'm going to make sure that every time I get that, I'm going to win that battle. And guess what? Sometimes you're not going to win them all. But the mindset never changes. And those are the things that I think that you can incorporate in lifting, and also the team setting, because you want the teammate to train the guy that way. It adds so much more validity when the teammate does it over the coach. I want to coach the teammate that coaches the guy lifting. When you have a culture like they do at Ohio State, and veteran guys that understand that mentality and that culture and what is required, right, to go win, that's where the magic happens. I mean, that's easy coaching, because the hard part was establishing the culture to do that. Because let's not kid ourselves, man. Like, this is all of college football now. I just broke it down to football. This is all of college football. And you can incorporate it into baseball, right? But
all sports, like dude-on-dude accountability.
But you're about ready to embark on 15 games. Like, the most important people in the building are the number 2 offensive defensive lineman, period. If you want more reps, if you want to be fresher at the end of the year, make sure your backups are trustworthy. But that's on you. Like, their coach has to get them ready, yes, 100%. But when coaches aren't in the room, the veteran guys have to make sure that those guys are ready, because that's going to save you reps. If throughout 15 games you can save yourself 100 reps, 50 reps even, to be at max capacity in the playoffs, like, that's a win. But you got to make sure you're at max capacity. How you do that, you hold your teammates accountable. And also they're also going to be giving looks on scout team to 3 guys. Yeah. Like, you got to have them, man. As everybody gets better, the team gets better, man. That's that 10-80-10 rule, man. And I just remember in 2014, we won the national championship. We probably had 30 guys that were in the top 10. You're like, how can you do that? That'd be 30%. Yeah, that's the point. The point is to flip it on its head and be, 30, 30-70. There is no bottom 10. Everybody's somewhere else in the middle, whether it's the top middle or the medium middle, the middle, right? But that's what you want. That's how you have great teams. Anyways, super fun to watch. And here's the thing, man, and I told you guys this too about coaching. This is parenting. You got to know, you have to figure out your children and what trips them and what motivates them. And my youngest does not like to train. Okay. He does not. He does not know how to strain. Did it when I was 12? Did I? 100%. We've all talked about how my dad.
Roger taught you. Yeah, Roger, right? You had no other options. I was a different animal. That doesn't mean that it's not in him. It doesn't mean that it's in him. But it's us as parents to make sure that we can find the avenues that help bring it out. No, bring it out. Okay, Bob? Bring it out of him. You got to dig it out of there, Schlegel. Like Roger.
Man, he had a buddy that was over here. I was like, hey, man, we're training. You either got to go home or we got to train. And guess what? They trained, and it was fantastic. I had them encourage each other. It was great. I was like, then we started competing. We just did wrist rolls, man. We just started competing. Like, tomorrow we're going to get on the bike sprints. We're going to compete. Like,
yes.
That's how you get them, man. And again, that's what makes it fun. You have to make it enjoyable for them. And then once they got a little bit older, then you make it really hard and you explain. Here's what my dad did. This is all my dad. My dad and I used to fight so much. I thought my dad had some type of like neurological disease or something, because he would miscount all the time. All all my
Wait, is
dad
that where
had,
you get it? That might be a hereditary.
No, I don't miscount, Bob. No, I do not miscount. I might forget where a guy is. I make everybody else count because I want dude-on-dude accountability. I make them count the reps. So
you don't have to count.
Because one, I don't have to count
his own reps is what it is.
But two, like in that setting for guys counting reps, I'm like, listen, right? If you permit it, you promote it. If you let that guy do bad reps and thinks he's better than he is, he's competing against you or somebody else. You're gonna let him get crappy reps that count? Hell no, man. Hold him accountable, right? So for these guys though, I had them do the same thing and compete, and it was beautiful. But that's what you want. They're all different, man. They're all different, and that's why parenting is fun. That's why coaching is fun. Coaching is about, you're a greatness extractor. Like that's what you do. But they're all different how you extract that greatness. And to me, learning from Coach Mick, the number one way of doing that is competitive excellence. And number two is teammate accountability. That's what they do so well up there. But that's a great takeaway for us as parents to do with our own children.
Schlegel, you're the best. Enjoy your time off, buddy. I'll check in again soon, all right?
All right, well, fine. Hey, Columbus, I hope you have a great Tuesday. Attack and dominate. Go Bucks, beat cancer.
There he goes. Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Congratulations to TJ from Fredericktown, winner of the 4-pack of tickets to the Good Guys 26 Summit Racing Nationals happening July 12th through the 14th over at the Ohio Expo Center. All kinds of good stuff from Schlegel a little bit earlier on. Texas welcomed themselves into the SEC with a pretty large ego-stroking bash. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching crews clear out a crash on the east side. This is on I-70 westbound. The left shoulder still slightly blocked off in those westbound lanes just beyond State Route 256. Expect to encounter crews over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house will look like with our new windows. See?
Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait, I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
It's the symphonic rock experience everyone's talking about. The Columbus Symphony Orchestra performs Windborne's The Music of Led Zeppelin, featuring conductor Brent Havens, a full rock band, and vocalist Randy Jackson. The hits of Led Zeppelin performed as you've never heard them before. Saturday, July 6th, the Columbus Commons. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com. Full details at windbornemusic.com. Presented by Nationwide Picnic with the Pops.
Is arthritic joint pain keeping you from doing the things that you love? Bone-on-bone pain in your knee, arthritic pain like I was having in my knee, maybe your hip, your back, your shoulder. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that you can get lasting relief from. QC Kinetics is helping patients like you every day here in Columbus, led by Dr. Ray Tesner. I'm talking about cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Listen, my dad was having knee pain. I was having knee pain. So we went over to QC Kinetics, and they were able to help us out. And 2 years out, I'm still feeling good. My dad can still move around. So learn how QC Kinetics can treat pain and enhance your joints and restore your mobility and give you long-term lasting relief with no downtime. So check them out. Go to 380-208-4544 or head to one of their offices in Dublin, Gahanna, or now the new one that's most recently opened in Grove City.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Roof leaks can mean expensive repairs unless you work fast. Legacy Roofing, the leader in Central Ohio commercial roofing, can repair, replace, and maintain your roof to avoid costly damage. At Legacy, we're famous for fast, reliable, safe, and permanent protection for your roof. Our technicians are skilled craftsmen trained by industry leaders like Carlisle, Versico, and Elevate to create lasting roofing systems to protect your investment. Call Legacy Roofing Services today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
I've always wanted 3 kids. I came from a family of 3 kids, and I started picturing having 3 car seats in the back of my truck.
That's Megan, Wisconsin native, working mom of 2, and lifelong conservative. Megan never thought she would get an abortion until a diagnosis late in her pregnancy changed everything.
Doctors told us our baby had no chance to survive. And because of Wisconsin's abortion ban, I would be forced to carry my baby for months, knowing he would die. It felt like a bad dream. It felt like a bad dream.
To get the care she needed, Megan had to leave the state. And now if senators in Washington pass a national abortion ban, families like Megan's will have nowhere to turn.
These decisions should be made privately amongst women and their families. And government should have no say in that. No senator in Washington should support a national abortion ban.
Paid for by Free and Just. Visit freeandjust.us to learn more.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Lots of sunshine out there today. Partly cloudy, high 88. The heat and humidity will be in full swing tonight and tomorrow. Tonight we get down to 70. Wednesday looking at a high of 93 with afternoon showers and storms. A couple storms could be strong to severe. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Coming up here, 8:35, Uncle Beau, he's going to join the program. Before we do anything else, Bob, let's do this.
You hear the sound, you know what it means. It means it's an appetizer Tuesday, a Threes Day. It's $3 all day long, and that featured appetizer today from Roosters is mozzarella sticks, crispy breaded on the outside with gooey cheese inside, served with warm homemade marinara sauce. They're $3 all day long, so go check them out. And now you get a chance to win a $50 Roosters gift card if you can answer the following question from Bean.
614-821-9710. That's the number. Get the answer into Shark. You'll be walking away with a $50 gift card to Roosters. We're talking earlier on about yakking. You've only done it like 3 times in your life, which you can remember. One happened at Tecumseh, the outdoor drama at Sugarloaf Mountain. The other one happened when you ate some suspicious gas station sushi in Detroit. They pulled the tuna right out of the lake. The other one happened here in town at a restaurant. Which restaurant was it at? 614-821-9710. That's the phone number. Get it into Shark. You'll be walking away with a $50 gift card to Roosters.
It'll be good. I'm excited to hear what they say.
I am too, because here's a hint. Place is no longer open. Place is no longer open. We're on delay, Shark. It'll be fine. By the time you field these calls, you'll have a winner. Uncle Beau today hosting with James. By the way, 9 a.m.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Tomorrow, this time, you'll be hearing Mr. Jack Sawyer, who will be joining the program as well, Ohio State defensive end and Pick North alum. So got some little bit of time off. Going to join the program tomorrow. Excited to have him in here as we kind of cruise through our week.
SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey welcomed Texas into the Southeastern Conference on Sunday night in front of 30,000 fans at Texas's lavish SEC celebration on the South Mall of campus.
Sounds great.
Here's what various Longhorn head coaches said to the others about joining the SEC. Sark, obviously coming off of the college football playoff appearance last season, said the challenge, the level of consistency that is needed, not just having to get up for a game or two. It's about playing a brand and a style of football consistently. It all starts in the offseason. Rodney Terry, men's basketball. Big 12 has always been a physical league. Going to the SEC, playing Tennessee the last 2 years, Rick Barnes' teams have always been physical, but there are going to be several programs that are going to be physical and have that same mindset. Actually set up pretty good from the movement from the Big 12 to the SEC in basketball. Big 12 is a damn tough league.
Yeah.
in college basketball.
It was the best in college basketball this year.
Oh, it's been the best for a couple of years now. Jim Schlegel just came from Texas A&M. He was in the College World Series just last weekend. On Texas A&M fans' reaction to his departure, he said, "I had an idea it would be nuclear, but I didn't know it would be apocalyptic."
Ooh. So we didn't know nuclear war would lead to post-apocalyptic, world. Is that where we're at?
Basically, President Jay Hartzell, we will revive old rivalries and start new ones. And we're not just coming to compete. We are coming to win.
We're coming to win. You tell them I'm coming for them, and hell's coming with me, baby.
It was a grandiose ego stroking what they put on.
Oh, yeah.
Very grandiose.
I would have expected nothing less.
Fireworks,
Texas is back.
big celebration. They're back. All kinds of good stuff down there. I mean, it was crazy to watch that unfold. Just for joining the conference.
Well, yeah.
Just because the clock turned to July 1st.
I mean, they have to have a grandiose entrance. Without the big entrance, did it really happen? Everybody's got to see it.
Paul Feinbaum said that's the singular biggest moment in the history of the SEC.
It's a big brand coming to a big-time conference.
Yeah.
I mean, that's no different than like USC coming to the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that was a rival. I mean, they used to play in the Sugar Bowl. It'd be I believe the Sugar Bowl at one point was the Southwest Conference champion and then the SEC champion for the most part. I mean, so you'd be playing each other.
Yeah.
It's obviously doesn't have the history of the Rose Bowl with the Big Ten and Pac-10 back in the day, but that's essentially what it was. And so you've got this big blue blood program coming in from a huge state adjacent. Yeah, it's a big deal.
I wonder what the time frame is going to be for like the ingratiation period, like getting used to the play.
The hazing period?
Yeah, the hazing period. They'll be faced with a lot of horns down.
I mean, they're going to keep doing it.
They played a tough schedule. I mean, it's not like they're not a big football team.
They've got a talented team. The thing is, that horns down deal they said is good. They don't have near the bully pulpit that they had at the Big 12.
Bully pulpit, what a great phrase you just used.
You know what, Beam? Try to be well-rounded. Learn something new every day. So they don't have that to sit there and wield their sword and be incredibly powerful. What did you just look up?
Bully pulpit. I'm just looking it up, the definition.
Oh, yeah.
Conspicuous position that provides an opportunity to speak out and be listened to.
Yeah.
They were just doing whatever they wanted to in the Big 12.
And they were in charge.
They were the leaders on the block. They were the big
100%.
dogs.
They said, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. You can't do the horns down anymore. It makes us sad.
Yep. Big 12 leadership listened to him, said, okay.
The Big 12 leadership was them. They had a hand up their rear end. It's like the Wizard of Oz.
Until, what was the Yormark? Until Yormark came in, then he's like, I don't really care what you do to Texas.
Well, because they were already leaving.
Yeah.
So, like, on your way out, you guys want to beat them up? Hey, by the way.
We're not going to bend the knee to you when you walk out.
We'll make sure Oklahoma State beats you last year, and the ref, looks away when, was he out of bounds? Was that what it was?
Was that against Oklahoma? Was that in Bedlam? Or was that against Texas?
I think it was against Texas. Maybe it was Bedlam. I'm not sure.
It was one of the two.
One of the two games. I remember looking like there's
home cooking going on here.
Maybe that was Bedlam.
I think it was, because I think it was Oklahoma State over Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think you're right in saying that. Yeah, we're just going to, you guys on your way out, you're not getting any breaks from us. You got to win by 2 scores. So, yeah, they can do whatever they want.
Billy from Lancaster is the winner of the $50 Roosters gift card.
Hey.
Where did you yak in the planner?
Spaggio. Hey, Shark. Is that Billy a man or Billy?
It's an IE. It's a woman.
Don't lose her number.
That's Ricky.
No, it's Billy. Don't lose my number.
Ricky, don't lose that number.
I'm talking about my guy.
The only one you own.
Careful, we're going to get a copyright strike.
I'm talking about my man Phil Collins. Billy, don't you lose.
Billy, don't you lose that number.
Because you're not anywhere.
You're not anyone.
Congrats to her for winning the $50 gift card and knowing that if that planner is still there, that Bobby Carpenter once threw up in it.
Mostly water.
Yeah, you're fine. It was an ice cube that went directly to your gut like an atom bomb. Uncle Bob, yes, that too. Uncle Bob or Uncle Beau. He's going to join us. We'll talk some 4th of July prep with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching crews clear out a crash on the east side. This is on I-70 westbound. The left shoulder is still slightly blocked off in those westbound lanes. just beyond State Route 256. Expect to encounter crews over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dreaming of a wedding band as unique as your love story? Join us at Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend, July 26th and 27th. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Seller. We've been helping you craft your love stories for over 77 years. And for one weekend only, we're offering 20% off custom designed wedding bands. We guarantee the best price and unparalleled quality. Let our expert jewelers bring your vision to life with a custom creation. The possibilities are endless. Come see us July 26th and 27th at Diamond Seller on Sawmill Road.
Swimming is a great way to exercise and spend time with family and friends. Always swim with a buddy, keep an eye on children, and be prepared in an emergency if there is no lifeguard on duty. The next time you go to the pool, be water smart and know where the safety equipment is located. Complete the Ohio Department of Health Safety Equipment Scavenger Hunt and learn more about pool safety at odh.ohio.gov/swim. Have a safe swim.
Hey, what's up, Buckeye Nation? It's Cardale Jones. Join me Saturday, July 20th at Huntington Park for the Smith's Cardale Jones Charity Softball Game presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. Come check out former Buckeye greats take on this year's current Buckeye stars such as Emeka Ibuka, Jaden Ballard, and many more. Come see and meet the Buckeyes before they hit the field this fall. Gates open at 5 p.m. Contests and prizes all night long. Home run derby at 6:30 and the game to follow. Tickets available at BuckeyeCruise.com. Why picnic when you can schmicknick? Get your $10 tickets now at BuckeyeCruise.com.
Attention, boating enthusiasts. Bennington Factory demonstration models are at Buckeye Lake Marina. These exclusive demo units are loaded with the features built to dazzle at shows and exhibits. And guess what? They're all brand new with a full warranty. Some have never even touched the water. Hold on to your mooring ropes because we're offering dock-shaking discounts up to $40,000 only at Buckeye Lake Marina. These deals are hotter than the summer sun and won't last long. Visit Buckeye Lake Marina and make your dream boat a reality today. BuckeyeLakeMarina.com, where your adventure begins.
One of the most important Buckeye football seasons ever is coming. The Fan is your home for all the news and interviews you need as fall camp approaches. Join us. We're a friendly bunch of degenerates. Your Buckeye station, The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Tired of rising food prices? Start saving with deals for days at Giant Eagle and Market District. Enjoy low prices on more than 1,000 of your go-to grocery items store-wide. Dive into deals for a limited time at your local Giant Eagle and Market District.
Now at UDF, buy 3 everyday favorites with UDrive Plus to quickly stack an extra 20 cents in gas savings. That includes drinks like Coke and Sprite, Pepsi, and Mountain Dew. And that adds up. UDF, made for you. Specially marked products with an opted-in UDrive account.
This is Ice-T, repping Raising Cane's Iced Tea, the official iced tea of iced tea. Brewed throughout the day and perfectly poured over Cane's signature crush ice makes Cane's Iced Tea the only iced tea as fresh as me. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Here's a list of undisputed facts. Beamer is round, Shark was a swinger, and no one derails a show like Bobby Carpenter. No one. This is Morning Juice.
Here's a log here. On Tuesday edition of the program, Brandon B and Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up at 9 a.m., Uncle Beau and James. That's right, Bishop and Laurinaitis. They're going to be able to take over. And right now, we get to talk to our favorite uncle.
Beau knows bourbon. Beau knows fashion. Beau knows horseback riding. But most importantly, Beau knows Browns.
Sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local, drink High Bank.
Happy 4th of July week, Unc. What's happening?
Oh, baby. Is he behaving himself down there, Threes?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
No visuals yet? Yeah.
No.
I guess he's going to be bouncing off the walls a little bit. This is early. We're back at it,
Oh, he's been up. He texted me at 7 talking about some of the stuff. So he was probably driving into workout. He's up. He's ready.
Nervous about the show sheet today.
Shelly kicks him out of the house. Like, if he's there past 6 o'clock, like, listen, don't interrupt our routine. Go do something.
Do something, will you please?
I mean, it was great. I don't know if you got a chance to listen to him and Mike when they were talking about South Bend and like just the situation of what Shelly was living in there.
So we were there. We were there this weekend.
I heard you talk about how beautiful it was.
It's I think it's the best combination of modernization of campus, historical. It all looks the same. Yeah. Like somehow you can hardly tell what's a new building, what's an old building. So I thought it was the very best of that. We were there this weekend, and then in the very scenic Rockford, Illinois, at a Home to Suites, which was exactly how I wanted. I told my kids, I said, listen, we got into the car. They were kind of being jerks, and I said, I want you to understand something. This is a drive I otherwise would never make. This is a city I would otherwise never be in. This is a hotel I would otherwise never stay at. This is going to be food that I otherwise would never eat. And I'm doing this all for you. So shut up while I'm driving.
So, you know what? I'll tell you this, Beau. I'm trying to think of the stinking hotel that we stayed in. Oh, we were in a very similar situation. We had, I don't know where we were at. We stayed in some hotel like that for some sports tournament. And we walk in there. We had gone to Disney the year before and stayed at the Polynesian.
Yeah.
Lakefront room.
A little different.
No, the kids go there. Gosh, this place is so great, Dad. It's way nicer than the Disney hotel. I'm like, well, I mean, it's overpriced for a highway hotel, but I'm going to be honest, it's ringing in. If this is where you guys want a vacation every year, I could arrange this pretty easily.
Where were you at?
I don't know, somewhere like Dayton or so. I mean,
you never know where you are.
It didn't matter.
It doesn't even matter. They're all the same. Little they know, like your rookie bonus was spent on the room at Disney.
Jeez, oh my gosh.
That's the way that goes. No, it's funny. Like they build actually, it was a brand new Home to Suites. It was fun. It was about 4 minutes from the venue, so it worked out very well. But they build these youth palaces. Quite honestly, in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there's one that's northern Indianapolis that I got to go to next month.
Oh,
there's another one
right outside of Carmel. Been there.
Yep. Yeah. There's another one that's northern Chicago suburbs I got to go to in 2 weeks. And then there's one in Maryland at the end of the month. And I'm like looking at the Google Maps on these and I'm thinking like, because my wife and I are like, well, maybe we can try to turn this into a vacation. I'm like, vacation? I was at a lacrosse field at 7 o'clock in the morning in Rockford, Illinois. I left the lacrosse field at 7 o'clock at night. I was there all day. I wasn't going to go check out the Sears Tower in between.
Easy to get to from there, I'm sure.
Oh God, dude, Chicago.
Well, after dark, that's like I Am Legend in Chicago now. You got to watch it.
Yeah, I guess you could go over to is that like not Glen Arbor? There's like New Buffalo's on the other side. Like you could, because that's not too far from South Bend. You could have gone up to the lake. Like that would have been fun.
Oh, if we would have stayed in South Bend, but we were in Rockford, Illinois.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Rockford, Illinois. Oh, no. Other side of Chicago. Yeah. Well, I was within... I'm like probably an 8-iron, it felt like, from the Wisconsin border. I mean, that's how far I was up there, brother. I mean, it was... No.
Not even, so you were not even close to the city then.
No, we stopped in South Bend on the way and checked it out because the kids had never been. And then we went up the rest of the way. On Friday. And so, yeah, we had to go around the city. And I was selling this yesterday. Apparently, Chicago, there is no such thing as rush hour. It's just
all the time. It's 24 hours a day.
Yeah, it's just suck.
The Dan Ryan, if you've ever driven into Chicago, is one of the most No, that's not the bridge. After you take the bridge and you go in, it's the most lawless road in America. It's like 6 lanes. You could be doing 85 in the middle lane, getting passed on the other 3 by guys going 130 miles an hour, weaving in and out of traffic.
The difference when you cross over, so like Ohio, we were Ohio Turnpike, so like Ohio Turnpike, perfectly manicured. You don't have to stop. Like they just gun you as you drive through, like no big deal. Same thing with Illinois, actually. There's no gates. The roads are less dicey. Construction forever. Way too much traffic for the roads that can handle them. Indiana, meanwhile, is 2 lanes, potholes, and gates that come down. And you have to stop every 10 minutes. Like, go to hell, Indiana. I mean, there's just those two. I just have nothing I want to do in Indiana ever. But that was the way. And then when you get around, like once you get I just couldn't understand how they couldn't figure out that they have too much traffic to merge into these two places to go through these turnstiles with these gates. Like, this is not efficient, guys.
How does
2024? Let's go.
How does a summer vacation in Darby, Montana sound to you? Because that's where your boy, the big fella, Carlo Ancelotti, was hanging out.
Don Carlo, manager of Real Madrid. How many Champions Leagues he won? 26 by himself?
Yeah, a lot.
Liverpool, Milan. No. Milan, Real, and no, he didn't get one with Chelsea. Did he get one with Bayern?
Yes.
I can't remember if he did or not. Yeah, I think he did too. So here's the deal. That place, that's Darby, Montana. So that's, if you wanted to go where he is, you'd fly into Missoula, and then it's south in the Bitterroot Valley. That is a stone's throw from where they actually film Yellowstone. So they set Yellowstone in the Paradise Valley, but most people think that it's like Bozeman, Big Sky, but they set it in Paradise Valley, which is one valley over. So this is Bitterroot Valley. This is probably 3.5-4 hours from Bozeman, on the other side of the Rocky Mountains, south of Missoula. So that's where he was. That is there's several pockets in that state where it's just the best fly fishing in the world. And so if he is into that, then that's how he would get there. He would also enjoy complete anonymity, because I promise you, nobody's saddling
That's
up
what I was
going to
ask you. How do you think they would react? It's probably just a random guy.
Who's this old guy? I mean, like, there's no point of reference on who he is. There's no way anybody in that bar has the first clue of who he is. So he would enjoy, to completely disappear. You've seen a lot more of that, obviously, with that Yellowstone show. For some, exposed Montana to the masses, and for people like my dad, it ended the state as it was known. Still not pleased.
Oh, it's tremendous. So, Beau, you talked about how, like, I've said this about Notre Dame, the campus is great.
Yeah.
But, like, the surrounding area is not as much. Like, that's why I don't understand. So I went there, Beau, I'm like, I can't go to school here. I'm like, there is nothing here. This is like the worst parts of Lancaster with a great campus on it.
So it's funny you say that, because one of the boys came up to me, I can't remember which one, and they go, "Dad, why is Notre Dame here?"
Yeah.
And I thought, great question. I mean, I'm sure it had something to do with a church and a missionary, or mission. I don't know. Maybe Threes. I'll ask him. Maybe he's got the download of it. But I came away when I got done and we kind of went through all of it. Like, it's spiritual too. Like, my kids are Catholic, so like, you go to the grotto, you go to the basilica, all that stuff. That's unbelievable. It's just gorgeous. But then you get done, and I was thinking about it, and I thought, God, Marcus has to recruit such a specific player that this appeals to. You've got to have a great sense of history. You have to have a great sense of tradition. You have to want something that very few other places offer, and you have to view that as an attribute, right? Like the size of it. You'd have to view that as, this is something I seek out, because I mean, it's humbling walking around there. I mean, it's Leahy Gate, and it's Holtz Gate, and Rockney Gate, and it's all that. You're like, good Lord, like, it's all written here. But at the same time, like, I'm with you, Bob. I was like, this place is unbelievable, but this is a choice, man. Like, this is, from a recruiting standpoint,
it's not easy to get to either. It's not like it's right off the highway. Like, it's a tough travel task.
It's good off of 80, like off the turnpike. It's probably only 2 minutes, like right off the turnpike. But like, so I'm guessing they would fly them into O'Hare, but then you're going to have to go around
through
Chicago traffic to try to get there. Maybe they fly them all into South Bend. I don't know. But no, you're right. It's very difficult to get to, and it's a very specific place.
So, like, that was my dad's point. We're sitting there. I mean, I'm a kid from Lancaster, Ohio, with the ability to get into school there. My grandfather was, Catholic guy, big deal. And I went up. Then they've made it a lot nicer. Then the facilities were not great. Yeah. He's like, if you don't want to go to school here, and you're a white kid from rural-ish America that's 5 hours drive away, who else is going to want to go to school here? Like, that's a pretty good point. I mean,
it's a choice. And isn't it interesting, Bob, because juxtapose it to their biggest, I mean, they have several traditional rivals, but USC, which could not be a more different operation in terms of location, in terms of vibe of campus, all of it. Like, those two schools could not be more different. And the fact that they went toe-to-toe, honestly, when I left, I thought, there's no way anyone's winning a national championship here ever. I don't see any scenario.
That was your prevailing thought? Like, it's just not...
I just thought, you're not going to be able to recruit 3 classes to do it.
Stack them.
You can't. Like, I always do the test, like, what if Urban paratrooped in, like Prime Urban? Like, if he took the Notre Dame job, could he sell it? And I think maybe when he took the Ohio State job, maybe that's a job he could have sold and recruited similarly to the way he did here. But now, with NIL and free transfer and everything else, I don't think anyone could do it there, honestly. I just thought 88, it's going to be that team forever.
Unc, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us. Have a great show with James today, all right?
Oh, we'll have some fun. All right, boys, take care.
There he goes, Uncle Beau with us every single Tuesday at this time. We're going to reveal our fan poll coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, no crashes across your central Ohio roadways that we are watching. We are seeing things pick up on I-270 near the Dublin-Hilliard area. Also on 33 down on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
America's favorite car show returns to Ohio for the biggest hot rodding event of the year. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing Nationals, and it's all taking place July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Check out thousands of chrome and candied hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Shop the huge swap meet and vendor midway and see which rides take home the crown of the Good Guys 2024 Classic Instrument Street Rod and PPG Street Machine of the Year. It's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center, and you don't want to miss it. Get complete details at good-guides.com.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, it's me, Little Bob from Bob's Discount Furniture. I know, you don't know me yet, but I'm here to let you know that I'm opening up a brand new store in your area, located at Taylor Square in Reynoldsburg, bringing even more of my everyday low prices to the people of Ohio. And if you can't wait, MyBobs.com is the quickest and easiest way to get unbeatable furniture prices delivered straight to your home today. That's my brand new Bob's Discount Furniture, coming to Reynoldsburg this summer.
Get Bob's Discount!
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
At Take 5, we're faster than you think. That means we'll change your oil and have you back on the road before you can count all the change in your center console. Cha-ching, baby. Just sit back and relax while our fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
For roof leaks and roof replacements, call Legacy Roofing Services, Central Ohio's commercial roofing leader. Legacy Roofing Services, ranked in the top 100 roofers in America. Call Legacy today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
Great coaching can make all the difference, especially when it comes to your money. At Right Pac Credit Union, our financial coaches are on your team. We'll help you create a winning game plan that's customized for your unique needs, so you can make the most of your hard-earned money and live the life you want to live. Best of all, Right Pac Credit Union serves all of Central Ohio, so getting in the game is easy. Let's win together. Stop by one of our Central Ohio member centers to get started today. Equal housing opportunity, insured by NCUA.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Ooh, what a dinger. Man, I miss our days playing ball. But ever since I turned 40, just thinking about taking a lap around the bases makes me tired.
You ever think lower testosterone is the issue?
What are you saying?
After 40, the body has less testosterone, impacting your drive. That's why guys like me take Nugenix Total T, to keep their energy up.
Nugenix really works for you?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I feel great. Getting up early for workouts. I'm focused, energized, getting things done at work, in the gym. I even feel more passionate in my relationship.
How do I give Nugenix a try?
Send them a text for a complimentary bottle.
Text CASH to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text CASH to 321-321. That's CASH to 321-321. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Lots of sunshine out there today, high 88. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 70. And then on your Wednesday, expect afternoon showers and storms with a high of 93. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We are in the Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them online at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Uncle Beau and James up next from 9 to noon. That's right. Bishop and Laurinaitis is going to be on after we're done here. All kinds of good stuff.
I can't wait. Today. People in the chat can't wait for the show. I'm like, I can't wait for it either. That's going to be fun.
Chat's popping off on the YouTube channel right now.
It is. I mean, you know, Dayton equals Gary, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
There's one of the iconic lines on here, Shark. I feel like this is something that you would relate to. I used to smoke weed. I still do, but I used to too. Just in case, if you didn't miss the first part of it.
Hey, isn't that legal now?
Yeah,
once we passed July 1st, wasn't that?
I'm not judging, you know.
It's the closest dispensary to my house. Let's look that up.
Who knows?
Are those open?
Oh, yeah. Come on in, James. Come on in. Yeah, why don't we pop in?
Yeah, come on in.
Flip that guy on here.
Hey, buddy.
It's final segment.
Yeah,
little crossover.
Take a
that
seat.
way James can be on 3 shows in the last week and a half. There you go. Really lean down on that dog. Yeah, it's nice.
Okay.
What's up, big dog? How you doing?
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
You got a fan shirt on today?
I do. I'm all branded in.
Gosh.
I'm all branded in.
You fully just embraced the coaching lifestyle. Like always branded, always ready.
That's right. Every single time you're on a mic, it's recruiting, you know what I mean?
Of course it is. That's what today's going to be. It's 3 hours of recruiting talk.
I have no idea what today's to me.
No idea.
Classic not looking at the sheet.
You down there with the freshmen working out today?
Just got a little pump on.
I figured that. I knew it. Beau, I texted. I go, James texted me at 7. I go, I guarantee you he went down and worked out.
No doubt.
Talked to Coach Luke, saw the guys in there working out and getting after it.
Got to get after it, man. Got to get swole, you know?
Apparently. We were talking to Schlegel today. He's like, my dad had some sort of neurological disorder.
Then I heard you guys say that. You asked one question.
That's it.
And it was 9 minutes of straight talk.
And by the way, you've lifted with Schlegel?
I refuse now. Like I haven't lifted with Schlegel since I played because I'm like, bro, I can't keep up with you.
But he was like, I don't ever miss count reps. He was like saying bad guys that.
And then he said, I just don't count. I'm like, what? I just forget where they are. I'm like, what else? What did you say?
You do anything over 5 with Schlegel, the chances of him executing the exact rep count number?
No, there's no chance.
It's about 50-50.
We used to do sprints. At the Woody, you know, back in I think it was 2013, maybe 2012. And he'd be like, hey, we got 10 of these, you know, and I'd be like, you're so tired, you have no idea. Yeah. I'm like, Schlegel, we've done 10. No, we got 2 more. I'm like, yelling back at him, no, we don't.
Yeah,
Heart rate's at like 212. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Who knows? You just make it up.
16 of these by the time that it's all done.
Beam, are you sticking around for old time's sake?
Yeah, you mean to hop on the board?
Absolutely. What's another 3 hours?
Yeah, you're right about. I mean, I got the little guy at home. I gotta go. I gotta go do that.
Meredith's at home.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right. Meredith is at home, and she's going to play mahjong a little bit later. So I'll be on dad duty.
Exactly. His wife plays mahjong. James, like, what is she? 90? Like,
yeah, she is. That's what she likes to do.
I'm not judging.
It's a very communal family, Bean.
It is. That's what she's got to do. So I guess today, since she's getting out of the house, I could play the card and go. I don't know how the board works anymore. I've forgotten those skills. I have no idea.
Is Shelly just making you leave the house, by the way?
No, but I'll tell you what. When you go through Starbucks drive-thru and they ask if you want to stop her.
You always say yes.
You say yes.
Always say yes.
Because I've spilled this hot lava.
Which one did you go to? The one on Riverside? Or did you go to the one here on like Olentangy?
No, Riverside.
Okay.
Is that Riverside? No, it's Olentangy.
Olentangy.
Right there.
Yeah, the one right Target. Yeah, the big one. Yeah.
And so anyway, I've spilled it on my lap, on my wrist. It hit my upper lip. Now that thing's scorching. All because I'm stubborn and wouldn't get a damn stopper.
That's why I get the iced coffee. I know you don't get burned.
You are an iced coffee guy.
Is that from
I get
like
hot.
setting it in the cup holder? Or like
cup holder, and then I got out, and I don't have a key card access here anymore, so I was trying to hey, hold the door, and as I'm like scooch walking, really fast, power walking,
just spilled all over my hand.
I can't believe they stripped your key card away from you. Took away access.
Well, yeah. They took away all my access during COVID.
Did they?
Yeah, remember that?
No, I don't.
We got the whole new studio, and then it was like, oh, hey, everyone go from home. I was like, all right.
That was great.
That was it. Never came back in.
Bob never wanted to come back in again.
He's trying to fight it for a while, Beam. It's all right.
Then we got the cameras. Got the on the line.
Yeah, now we got to be here every day.
Which I still laugh every time you do the affinity read, where you can say you can find them on the line.
On the line.
I say that at work all the time, and people are like, "You are so annoying."
Yeah.
No, they get, and then when they get it, they think I'm annoying. Like, stop it. Like, no, you got to go on the line.
Yeah, people have yelled at me on Twitter about that. They're like, stop saying it. No, I'm not going to do it.
I mean, it's the best. It's the best scene of that whole movie.
It's great.
It's the best scene.
It's a great scene.
I got an idea. You take pictures and you load them on the line.
And then
like,
you put them
like
on
Instagram.
the line.
No, it's not Instagram. Exchangegram.
And then people will be able to interact and talk and like, and then you could like the pictures. It's like you're talking about Instagram. No, I'm talking about Exchangegram.
No, Exchangegram. It's on the line.
It's great. That's great.
Online.
Stuff.
No, on the line.
How's family doing? All right.
Doing great, man.
How's Shell's feeling?
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's good. What'd she do?
We're going to hopefully plan to induce September 25th.
Oh, so
at Sparty week.
During the season? That's so selfish, James.
It's the second. I felt, why don't we start the family in season?
Yeah.
And then wrap it up in season as well.
That's good.
So London was September 15th, and then.
So is this it for sure?
I mean, I don't know.
I'm just curious.
Shelley claims it is.
Okay. Well, she's in charge.
There's no doubt about that.
There's some guys that try to tell me we're done having kids. I'm like, all right, well, you let me know when you say no, and then I'll tell you that you're done having kids.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. The women are always in charge.
So she's navigating the summer, which is something that Meredith didn't do because William was born in March.
Yeah.
I feel like
the last was August 4th.
That would be a hard time.
It's sweaty and hot.
I mean, 95 degrees walking around, like that would be tough.
To be honest, I think out of all of them, we've had 2 Septembers, a January, and a March. And I think she likes being pregnant during the summer.
Yeah.
And she can't stand it during the winter.
Really?
Yeah.
Summer heat and sweat.
I don't know.
Who's born in January?
Remy.
When's her birthday?
The 18th.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she is
like the 9th.
Tell you what, man, that one right there.
Oh, she's spicy.
She's spicy. She's the. We got a chance with that one.
How's Aria
doing?
Got a chance.
She's an athlete.
How's Aria?
Aria's doing great.
Good.
I mean, Aria is a. She's a gymnast, man. She can do all that.
Have you guys been watching the trials?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
of course, yeah. And it's just become
Simone Biles jumps like 25 feet in the air.
It's incredible.
That floor routine.
It's incredible.
It's crazy.
It's incredible. And the thing is with Hayden is she's constantly like moving. Always. It's always like if you just let her, she'll do like 200 cartwheels in a row just in the kitchen. And I'm like, what's funny is that you can go in the basement and do this because you're driving me nuts right now. But
go to the space we have designed for this.
But she's such a perfectionist to where like if she's being taught to do something, she wants to do it right. So she's got a chance.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here because I know you have big 3 hours ahead of you. I'm gonna stick around on the board. I'm not actually. I'm not gonna.
Why
do
not?
That.
That's selfish.
Yeah, I know it is selfish of me, but that's right. Before we get out of here, our fan poll today at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. Should Greg Berhalter remain the coach of the U.S. men's national team? Yes or no? Soccer Bob?
I would say no after these performances, Bean, but you know what? You want to trust the process.
I'm going to say no as well. You have a hot take about the USA-Uruguay game last night that you were watching, James?
Yeah, I watched so much of it.
I know you do.
So much of it.
Buddy, great to see you. Have a great show today.
Seeing you.
All right, Uncle Beau and James, they're up next. We're back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Jack Sawyer in studio with us tomorrow at 8 a.m. Everybody have a fantastic day. Talk to you tomorrow. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, right now things looking nice and clear out on your Central Ohio roadways. Seeing busy traffic on I-71 as you make your way into the metro. Also on I-70 coming in from the west side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Is a fan action update.
After an off day yesterday, the Guardians are in action tonight. The Guardians take on the White Sox and are minus 200 favorites on the money line. The Guardians are now minus 230 to win the AL Central with the Twins plus 280. Cleveland has the third best odds to win the AL at 7-1. And Cleveland's now 17-1 to win the World Series. That is the sixth best odds. For your action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Find
savings to celebrate this 4th of July with one stop at Meijer. Pick up fresh from Meijer 80% lean ground beef family pack for just $2.99 per pound. And family pack chicken drumsticks for 99 cents per pound. Bulk sweet corn is 5 for $1 this week. Meijer potato chips are 3 for $6. And Aunt Millie's Stadium buns are $1.99. Plus, get even more great deals with buy 5, save $5. Get everything you need for July 4th this week at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in store or in the Meijer app.
Swimming is a great way to exercise and spend time with family and friends. Always swim with a buddy, keep an eye on children, and be prepared in an emergency if there is no lifeguard on duty. The next time you go to the pool, be water smart and know where the safety equipment is located. Complete the Ohio Department of Health Safety Equipment Scavenger Hunt and learn more about pool safety at odh.ohio.gov/swim. Have a safe swim.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place. And aspiring comedian.
That's fun. What's your best joke?
All right, 2 windows were hanging out side by side. The first window says, "Sure is a hot day." The other one says, "Ah, a talking window."
That's pretty good, Wilson.
Bet you can't top that one.
Well, at Pella, we don't have the talking windows, but we do have the windows your friends will talk about.
Dang it, that's good.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Hear that? The sound of adorable little birds in your garden. And if you were here, you'd taste the 2 sweet but tiny tomatoes you grew all by yourself. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens when you're riding your motorcycle, protected by Progressive, on your way to the store for a pack of normal-sized tomatoes. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without getting your hands dirty. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Whether it's expanding your business, upgrading your equipment, or covering payroll, you can score big with SwishFunding.com, the slam dunk solution for your business funding needs. If you have at least $25,000 in monthly revenue and been in business for at least 1 year, qualifying's easier than a layup. We fund up to $5 million in 24 hours. Go to SwishRadio.com. That's SWISH radio.com. SwishRadio.com.